Happy Friday indeed. It just sunk in as our gorgeous director upstairs said, it's Friday, baby. Welcome to it. Welcome to it. You look like you've had a week, girl. Are you ready for Friday?
I've had a week, I've had a year, I've had a month, but it is a Friday, which means the energy is researched from the inside out.
Feel it.
And we're going to pour it all into you, Mzansi. It is a good day to have a good day. I mean, we came dressed the part, didn't we?
We are feeling it. A little bit of inclement weather kicked in parts that we didn't expect, but we'll brace for it. It's all right. But whatever is happening outside, we're going to warm the heart from the inside out. Passion and purpose. That's what's on the cards today. I think by now you know how much we love the fact that we have become conscious about how we treat our animals. And obviously a lot of focus happens on the endangered species, and on National Endangered Species Day, yes, a great opportunity to see the connection between compassion and conservation, those everyday choices we make, but it's how that moves over into the animal welfare spaces across all boards, across farming, across wild spaces, across domestic spaces.
That's right.
I don't think we have any idea how much needs to be done to protect this planet that looks after us, guys. We are sitting at a very, very important gateway, but it's just such an opportunity to be empowered from protecting wildlife, caring for rescue animals in our own communities. We're going to connect with those organizations and the experts that are working to recreate this matrix, to create a kinder future for animals across South Africa, and I love it.
Definitely. We all have our part to play, so let's see how we can show up. And then, of course, we're also going to be unpacking the powerful bond between children and therapy and animals, and how the connection can just inspire healing, confidence, even empathy. Dogs always do their part. There's a cat cafe somewhere in the Western Cape I want to visit. You have the horse.
I've been to all of these places.
Horse one
you don't understand the Tomro Haven. There is something dramatic that happens, and we often say that we as grown-ups don't deserve dogs, and we don't deserve animals. Children do. Children have that purity. They deserve it, and it's amazing what can happen for both the animals and the humans, because often they use animals that are carrying trauma as well. So it's going to be one of those, a very heartfelt show, and I think quite emotional.
Okay, here's something that's going to lighten the mood just a little bit. Is Zoe Human, yes, our entertainment reporter, is going to join us because she's diving into Billie Eilish's new cinematic concert film. And then in the kitchen, of course, it's Bake That Thing. We're going to be making warm, pillowy cinnamon rolls fresh from the oven. You can smell it already baking in the air.
Billie Eilish was looking at there. She was like, what, David Cameron, are we making cinnamon rolls? Can you even do that on South African television? They're like, I've got the graphics for it. We can do it. No, we've got it. We've got all the ingredients. We're going to have a little bit of fun with our Clementine a little bit later. So if you like the idea of warm cinnamon buns, the smell of that wafting through your house this morning, regardless of the weather, we're going to keep you warm. And if it's hot outside, we'll just incentivize you to stick inside because it's so much fun. 3 hours kickoff right now, and the fun begins with a bit of a recap of yesterday's major news and sporting headlines.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's start out nationally, where Eskom has spent over 469 million rand on diesel since April, generating more than 55,000 megawatt hours of electricity, mostly through independent power producers. Now, the utility said the spending helped maintain grid stability during winter weather conditions. Electricity Minister Hosigenzo Ramakgopa explained that open-cycle gas turbines remain essential for emergency support and contractual obligations. Although diesel generation costs far more than coal, government says cancelling agreements with IPPs would be even more expensive. Now, Eskom maintains that power stations serve as a critical safeguard during periods of fluctuating electricity demand and grid pressure. In other local news, Panyaza Lesufi has pledged to tackle long-standing community concerns raised by residents in Ratanda during a provincial service delivery engagement. Our community members highlighted issues including faulty electricity transformers, crime, poor municipal services and support for indigent households. Now, the Gauteng Premier assured residents that government departments would return with concrete plans and budget solutions. Lesufi thanked the community for engaging respectful and committed working with MECs and national ministers to resolve the challenges facing that area. Well, looking into the continent now, former Nigerian Power Minister Salah Maman has been sentenced to 75 years in prison for laundering billions of naira linked to government-funded power projects. A court in Abuja found Maman guilty on multiple corruption charges after investigations by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Authorities say he has since disappeared, prompting an arrest warrant. The case has renewed public frustration over the country's electricity crisis, as millions continue to endure power shortages despite years of reform promises, major government spending. In other international news, the Palestinian Fatah Party is electing a new central committee for the first time in 10 years. This as the Palestinian movement confronts growing political and leadership challenges. The conference comes amid ongoing tensions following the Gaza war and increasing pressure over corruption allegations and stalled statehood efforts. Mahmoud Abbas, now 90 years old, remains at the center of succession debates, with several senior figures emerging as possible future leaders. Delegates hope the conference will strengthen Palestinian representation and revive efforts toward an independent Palestinian state. And let's close up with some congratulatory news. Heading to Hollywood now with Dylan Sprouse and wife Barbara Pulvin, who are preparing to welcome their first child together. They delighted fans with a playful pregnancy reveal at the Cannes Film Festival. Now, Pulvin debuted her baby bump on the red carpet before the couple shared sonogram photos online, including one showing the baby making a rock-on hand sign. Celebrity friends flooded social media with congratulations following the announcement. Now, their joyful news arrives after recently overcoming a frightening trespassing incident at their home. The couple, who married in Hungary in 2023, said they were happy to share the milestone on their own terms. So crazy to see the Sprouse brothers grow up from the sweet life of Zach and Cody to becoming a father. That is where we leave your 6 o'clock news. Let's dive straight into sports.
Plenty to get excited about on the sporting front right now, on the foot of a weekend, but a great season for football. Let's talk about Banyana. Banyana at the moment now, head coach Dr. Desiree Ellis now has announced a 23-player squad to take on Japan. That's in their international friendlies next month. Obviously marks a welcome return from injury for Temi Kgatlana and Bongeka Kamere, the pair bolstering the squad as preparations, of course, continue for the Women's African Cup of Nations. Very happy hunting ground. South Africa will next face Japan on the 6th and the 9th of June. They're playing some amazing football. Get there if you can. Likewise, Buccaneers stand up. This is a massive weekend. Orlando Pirates could win their first league title in 14 years if they beat Durban City at Orlando Stadium on Saturday. So the Buccaneers currently sit 3 points behind league leaders Mamelodi Sundowns at the moment, but have been chasing hard, and a superior goal difference and 2 games in hand keep the trophy within Pirates' reach, very much so. But lest we forget, there are some other Premiership fixtures this weekend. The high-flying Chiefs, they travel to AmaZulu, and Sibulele host Magesi FC. Now, let's get into the rugby narrative as the Stormers are in United Rugby Championship action tonight as they take on Cardiff Rugby. Having already secured a place in the playoffs, the Stormers need that win as well as other results to go their way if they want to claim top spot on the table, get that home ground advantage. In other URC fixtures, the Sharks host Zebre, the Bulls tackle Benetton, while the Lions travel to Munster. Beautiful rugby roster to sink your teeth in to enjoy. Now we get into tennis's world number 1. Jannik Sinner has etched his name in the tennis history books yet again after beating Andrei Rublev 6-2, 6-4 in the quarterfinals of the Italian Open. So the result marked Sinner's 32nd consecutive ATP Masters 1000 victory. Starting to sound a little familiar now, breaking the all-time record previously set by who? Novak Djokovic, and that was back in 2011. And Novak's still playing, by the way. Crazy stuff, but we love reveling in our sport ahead of a big weekend. But of course, we need the weather to play its part as well. Let's see what's happening on the weather front.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Gray, for that update. Let's see, as we head into the weekend, what you can prepare when it comes to your weather. We get started now in Polokwane. When your side, you're in for a bright and a sunny day with light northeasterly winds. Now, temperatures start at a low of 11 degrees, but it does rise to a nice high of 27. Looking at your days ahead, it does bring you partially cloudy skies with temperature highs in the mid-20s. And we head into Klerksdorp next, where you can look forward to a sunny day throughout your day. Temperatures begin at a crispy low of 6, but it does reach a high of 24. Now looking ahead, it's mostly sunny skies that dominate the coming days, with tomorrow's temperatures ranging between 7 and 23. Well, let's see what Pretoria has to offer. On this Friday, you can expect a mostly sunny day with gentle northwesterly winds. Now let's take a look at your temperatures. They range between 11 and 24. And looking ahead, it's going to be a sunny weekend with temperature highs peaking in the mid-20s. Johannesburg, in the city of gold, you can look forward to sunny skies with calm northwesterly winds. Temperatures will start from 8 degrees, rising to a set 21. Now going into the weekend, expect fair conditions with highs in the high teens and even the lower 20s. Well, in Mbombela, let's see what's going down for you guys. Expect morning cloud cover easing into a sunny afternoon. Temperatures do range from a mild 14 and almost doubles there to a warm 26. Now, the weekend brings you partly sunny, but also humid conditions, with tomorrow's temperatures between 13 and 22. And then out in the beautiful Bloemfontein, sunny skies are on the cards today. Temperatures rise from a low of 4 to a high of 21. Now expect mainly sunny conditions ahead with a cloudier pattern setting in from Monday onwards. All right, let's make our way into Richards Bay now, where today you can look forward to some morning showers. Temperatures are expected to range between 18 and 27. A great day out in Richards Bay, but tomorrow does bring cloudy and wet conditions, so enjoy it while it lasts. There is rain chanced at 50% on Saturday, and the temperatures do remain in the low 20s. Durban, you'll have a wet start to your day today with some showers. Our temperatures start at a low of 17 and climb to a comfortable 25. Looking into the weekend, expect cloudy conditions tomorrow, with Sunday bringing clear and sunny skies. And then we head into Mthatha, where you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with subtle southeasterly winds. Temperatures climb from a brisk 8 to a high of 23. Over the coming days, sunny skies will dominate with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. In Uba, let's head into your space next, formerly known as Craddock, of course. On your side, you're in for a partly cloudy day with light westerly winds coming through. Your temperatures move between a cold 4 degrees, but peaks at 22 degrees as your high. Now, tomorrow does bring you partly sunny skies with temperatures ranging between 4 and 21. And that brings us to Gompo City, formerly East London, where today you can expect partly cloudy skies. Temperatures rise from a cool 12 to a warming 22 degrees. And looking at your weekend, you can expect sun-filled skies with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. Ebecha, let's see what we've got for you out in GQ. You can anticipate cloudy skies. There will be sunny breaks in between, though. Now looking at your temperatures, it ranges between 11 and 22 degrees. And it's mostly clear and sunny weather that's expected over the coming days, with temperatures sitting in the low to mid-20s. And then in the gorgeous George, partly cloudy conditions will dominate your day today. But as we look at your temperatures, they rise from a chilly 9-degree start to a high of 19 degrees. Going into the weekend, sunny skies are expected to prevail with temperature highs in the low 20s. Well, that brings us to Cape Town. We had a bit of a wet start today. Morning showers is going to give way to sunny skies a little bit later on with gentle southerly winds. Our temperatures range between a cool 12 and peaks at 19 today. In the coming days, expect mostly sunny conditions with temperatures in the low 20s, and it is clear of any rain until next week, Wednesday. And then out in Sutherland, mainly sunny skies will dominate your day with clouds a little bit here and a little bit there. Temperatures move from a freezing 3 degrees, but it does set in with a high of 18. Now you can expect sunny skies from tomorrow through to Sunday before clouds move in from Monday into next week. And then out in Kimberley, this morning brings patches of light drizzle. Temperatures range from a brisky 6 degrees to a high of 23. Now the remaining days brings you clear blue skies with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. And all of that travel brings us to our final stop now out in Uppington. Expect clouds in the morning and sunny skies by this afternoon. Now your temperatures do start at a low of 6 and rises to 26 as your high. Your weekend in Uppies brings you plenty of sunshine with temperatures peaking at 28 degrees both on Saturday and on Sunday. Well, great days lie ahead for some parts of the country, but we're definitely going to put a bright smile on your face right now because Sushila did the things. Sushila Singh from Durban sent this breathtaking morning view, and I love the fact that you've captured a little bit of everything. The trees, the car, the parking lot, and of course, the main character being the gorgeous sky shining on top of everything. Out in Durban, you can expect an 18-degree day, Sushila, and we wish you a beautiful one indeed. It is a Friday, so we still have two more to get into, and if you think that you could raise the bar just a little bit, 063 036 9649, that is how you get in touch with us straight to our studios.
And I've got to let you in on a little kind of inside secret here. The reason why we love it, especially the first sunrise picture, because it just lets us know you're awake and that you're with us and that you're watching. And we love you for that. Please letting us know how you wake up is as much a part of the conversation as anything else. And then I've got to say, today is definitely my simulation. All my favorite things are happening. I think you know how much I love the opportunity we give young artists to make their mark, to break into, maybe smash through that ceiling, because we get to then be a part of their career. Well, today we're going to be featuring the incredible Billie Eilish's new documentary film. It's difficult to call because James Cameron is sat beside her, creating a piece of cinematic history, it sounds like, but an opportunity to get into her kind of mindset on stage as one of the biggest young stars, undoubtedly, of this era. So we want to put it to the people. What's that young star? And we've seen many of them on this show. That you see them and you're like, you are going to be famous. One day you are going to go down as one of the greats.
A superstar in the making.
The G-String Band, as funny as their name is, those guys came with such musical chops that funny little intro was actually so disarming. When you see them do what they do, you're like, oh, you guys are going to come after Police Car. They are on another level. I love it.
Hey? I can't even say Tyler because she's gone.
She's done it.
And she's performing at the FIFA opening. So I'm just our girl. There's so many other acts. I've got my eye on Lord Kez right now. Okay. She is incredible. She had a hit Outbreaks song called I Wear along with Casper Your Vest, and that just set her up on international stages. So Lord Kez, I think that things might be coming your way.
And I love the fact that there is a pathway for South African artists to plug into right now. So revel in that. Think about those young artists. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to shine some light on an artist we haven't discovered just yet. We want the creative community to stand up. In fact, I think today all communities need to stand up just a little bit. So I want you to stay glued to our socials because we're going to hit you with passion and purpose and a lot of national pride today. Bafana, you still love your sports.
Of course, sports. I'm playing sports today.
She's playing football in a World Cup Media Day today. So we're going to help Carissa prepare. We're going to get into that Bafana team. Some of the big highlights, who's going to be doing the heavy lifting for us at the back, who can we get excited about up front, and of course the games that we've got to get through. Then one of my favorite human beings on the planet, bar none, Fiona Miles, the director of Four Paws South Africa, is going to come with the trauma load. She is going to take us through where animal welfare is right now and what we can do to help conservation, farming, the animals in our care right now. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And now we can get excited. Welcome back. Oh, let's talk a little footy. Bafana are finally back on football's biggest stage, hallowed ground, if you will, making their first FIFA World Cup appearance since we hosted the tournament back in 2010. I was there, front and center. What a magical moment. Oh, it gets better. All eyes will be watching as this presents a massive opportunity for local stars to announce themselves on the global stage. And I think there are eyes watching this team right now. Joining us to discuss which players could potentially make their mark at the FIFA World Cup. Our coach is back. Dylan Peterson is here. How excited are you? Just seeing the fixture list, looking into this team as it stands right now with this opportunity, how excited, nervous, terrified are you right now about this World Cup?
I think we can say more exciting, you know. Time is creeping in, and I think the boys are obviously ready to go. So, short little span of time, I think, yeah, the boys, it's time to fire on all cylinders.
And they must feel it now.
Yeah,
a great local domestic league, players finding their form, obviously a big one for Pirates this weekend. So let's talk about the players that have shone. A couple coming from overseas, I think some names, hands being put up, but great to see a strong local contingent. Who do you think is going to be doing the heavy lifting or potentially making their moment in this World Cup? Let's start looking at the back.
Well, there's big names at the back that we can highlight, especially with Ronwin and Mbokazi. They've shown this season that their eyes can fall onto them, especially when you're playing at the international level. So I think with the performance they've put in the club this season, I think they can carry that over, which can be big for them in this World Cup, you know.
And what Ronwin did in the African showpiece as well, I think a lot of people thought that maybe that was, and he seemed to use that leverage with his team more than he used it to get an opportunity overseas. Mbokazi as well, I think, has had a great season for Chicago Fire. Do you think that'll make a difference entering into the fold? Obviously, he's played in those stadiums hilariously, but he's going to have a different mindset coming in with a slightly more international or continental kind of understanding. You think that's going to make a difference?
Yeah, that could be massive. I think with him making that shift, obviously give him a bit of boost to perform at a high standard. So for him to continue to play at that level, it's definitely going to help improve his game from a development point of view, and also continue with the performance he's been putting in for his team this season.
And you think about it, he's opened those doors for other players.
Yeah.
So even those knocking on that door at that under-21, under-23 level now have opportunities to play in the US, which is amazing. We love it. Up front, who do you think is most exciting? Obviously, we've got to put any Pirates player connected to the mix. No, Tebogo Mokoena has had a fantastic season, not quite as good as his last. Who else do you think is going to shine up front?
I think Osman Apollos and Lele Mafokeng. Those are the two that's going to shift the gears for us up front. I mean, that's where the goals lie for us, and especially when it comes to attacking. I mean, with the form they've been in, I don't see them not putting in big performances, especially when it comes to the way we play and the way Bruce wants us to play. So the current way we're playing suits them from attacking point of view, and also they bring goals. So we get the ball to them, they bring goals. Yeah.
A nice counter-attacking, reactive style of play as well. So it kind of feels like if there is a game of two halves, we've got something in the bank to do it. Oh, man, tough group. The more I look at it, I'm filled with hope that, yeah, we might pull off something special here. Every game is a test. Let's start with Mexico on the 11th of June. We know them. We've drawn with them.
Round two.
I love that for us, and I love it for Mexico as well. This is a massive opportunity for Mexico, playing with a lot of their home fans in the area. Is this our toughest game?
Yes, I'll definitely say that. I think that's one of the teams we're going to go with all guns blazing. Obviously, it's a replay of the 2010, so and they will have a bit of taste in their mouth when we score that crack on Sibicha Walala.
Oh, man.
So I think it's gonna be a good one, juicy one. So that's something where we want to collect points, you know, just to make sure that we open our World Cup on a good account.
And then I think we'll have the belief. And it almost feels like for Bafana to have the nation behind them, we always back them, but in terms of managing our expectations, if they want us to believe that they can do something miraculous in this World Cup, that first game is essential.
Yeah, look, they've
got to do something.
Yeah, we've got to be realistic as well.
But yeah, I can remember I was in Innisfree fan park. I must have been surrounded by about 100,000 people, it felt like. And when Shaba got that goal, everyone lifted. No one jumped. We all just hovered and lifted into the air. It was one of the most surreal, magical moments of my life. And I think these guys want a little taste of that. Then we got the Czech Republic on the 18th of June. We know very little about them, but I would say they play in a very well-resourced footballing ecosystem, so you've got to assume they kind of have that baseline.
Yeah, and especially with most of us playing across Europe, you know. So we don't want to put too much in our basket. So I always say play the moment and not the game, because that's when that's where it lies, you know. So on the day if you pitch up, you can get good results. So yeah,
especially in a World
that's
Cup.
going to be another interesting one for us to watch and see what we can get from that game.
South Korea again. Yeah, I want to say Son because of the pretty much the only connection I have. But the team has got some chops, and again, players playing all over the world, even in a domestic league that is pretty strong at the
100%,
moment.
Yeah.
Tough games. How do we then mitigate or manage our expectations? What would be, as a coach now, not an emotional mess like me, what would be a good result at this World Cup?
A good result would try and win all your games. Go with that mindset, because you never know what happened with goal differences or what other teams do. So make sure you go in there, you're getting with the mindset of winning the game. Whether you grind it out, or you're playing pretty football, because we know with tournament football you never know.
Yeah.
So you're not
It's slow and
guaranteed.
ugly, but you got to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a mental game at the end of the day. Just keep going. If you build momentum yourself, that's what plays in your court. And at the end of the day, it's in a positive position, you know.
Oh, we're behind you, man. We are behind you. All 60-odd million of us, we got your back because we know you got ours. The build-up to this World Cup has had drama. It's had massive fall-downs, the rug being pulled out from underneath our feet. We have found a way constantly. Great management style at the moment. It seems to be working for the players. But most importantly, the players are loving every second out there. I'm just using this as the manifestation station right now. We'll take that for our World Cup opener. Thank you very much, gents. But it's and it's an opportunity for our players, the individuals, to do something truly special and announce themselves on the world stage. The FIFA World Cup kicks off officially on the 11th of June with South Africa taking on host nation Mexico in a massive, massive rebout, and we like it.
Well, Mzansi, let's continue down with that winning spirit, because great things can happen when you play Powerball Plus for the mind-blowing 90 million rand, and that's the total estimated jackpot this Friday. So how can you get your hands on some tickets easily? Buy your tickets in store, or you can head to nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app on your cell phone, or even your cell phone banking. Now, of course, as usual, we posted every single one of these details on our Expresso social media pages. Go and find them at Expresso Show, and then, of course, push up play Powerball Plus for that estimated 90 million rand jackpot today, and you could just win big. I'm so close to this manifestation station that I'm hoping the best for you, crossing fingers and toes. It feels like a winning day because, of course, today we're getting into such great conversation all around animal conservation in South Africa and how Four Paws has got their hand in doing everything good and encouraging the rest of the nation to really step up where it matters most. Not only that, we get into the kitchen to bake that thing, and today we're making one of my favorite desserts ever. It is a brown sugar cinnamon roll. The kitchen, the whole studio is smelling incredible. Our mouths are watering and we can't wait to get into it. We'll see you straight after the short break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining what I'm beginning to understand might be one of the most important conversations for brand South Africa. I mean, all of our brand right now. We are asking a bigger question about the way we as humans can live alongside, in conjunction with animals, this National Endangered Species Day, and whether compassion and conservation can actually begin much closer to home. There needs to be a shift here, and Fiona Miles is driving that change. She is from Four Paws, South Africa. She joins us to unpack the realities facing animal welfare in the country right now, and why the choices that we as ordinary people make every day matter more than we think. And also, there's a lot more that we can do, I am discovering. So, Fiona, thank you so much for being here and for carrying the trauma load. I always joke about our engagements, but wow, I will be left traumatized for 2 weeks after sharing a stage with you. I don't know how you carry that every day, but I'm going to start this conversation by saying I get it wrong all the time. I call welfare conservation, conservation welfare and farming. But it's becoming one conversation right now. When we look at where we are in this current moment, what is the biggest gap when it comes to the welfare of our animals? What is the jumping off point for you every morning?
I think you've just said it, Graham. Thank you so much. I think it is the understanding of the interconnectedness between conservation, animal welfare and human welfare, which is the one welfare concept. And that, I think, needs a lot more attention from a government perspective, because the laws that we have in place are fragmented. So we have different departments working in silos, looking at different topics, and it's basically fragmented. There's a low sort of level of compliance and enforcement, and then there's these gaps, as you say, that exist, and who's kind of got the big picture. And that's what we're wanting to try and do as Four Paws, is to kind of show that big picture. These things are interconnected, and we all have to do our part and create some sort of a movement to fix this.
Well, not to do, you've done. And when I stood on that stage, looking as a marker from where we were last year for what you laid out, and it felt like just letting people know just how bad the situation was. This felt like a workshop with some of the keenest legal minds in the world sitting on that stage. The legal loopholes seem to be what the negative influences use. A circus comes to town, all you got to do is sue the city for a couple of months and you get across the line. The flip side there, I'm just screaming at people on that stage because it just was such a hectic night like that. But I had to try and match a high level of intellect and gravitas on the stage. But it seems like we are now starting to create the framework, because if they can use legal lags and loopholes, surely we can do that. And it looks like your team is building the new framework for animal welfare in the country.
And I think that's so important, and that's not something that we can do alone. So the State of Animal Welfare Address was really a platform, which you beautifully hosted as well, that is bringing people together and is bringing the different perspectives, the different skill sets that are needed to create this cohesive framework. Because everything is so fragmented and we're not working cohesively, how can an impact be made for animals? How can animals be brought into our conversations at Parliament, brought into our homes and communities? And how is it that we can bring the awareness, because the awareness is there. There's not a lack of compassion or love for animals, but it's
You just need to press the button.
we need to work together. And I think within the communities themselves, there's so much that people can do. So, yeah.
And you've created this network of the NGOs, those trust-based organizations that have been holding the line for 20 years, in your case, in these spaces, and you've earned the right now, where no one else can just come and buy it. You've got to put in the hard yards. The flip side of that, you've been picking up the pieces in the most traumatic space. What is the cost here? When you see communities in South Africa, young South Africans, children, witnessing this disconnect from nature, what do you think we are sacrificing as we lose control of the space?
I think one of the biggest things is access to our natural environment in South Africa. Ordinary South Africans, our communities, don't have access. I got a call.
It's crazy.
It is.
It's your wild. It's your land.
It is. And I got a call a number of years ago. I remember a principal from a school asking me, because we operate a sanctuary for big cats, Lions Rock, and asking me, do we have birds? And it's because the children in his community, there were no trees, and so they needed somewhere to go to access birds and to see birds in real life. And I thought that was a moment that stood with me for a very long time. Because we don't have access as ordinary South Africans. We're not looking after our wild spaces, and we need to really consider how we can bring that accessibility to people.
And understanding that there's semi-wild spaces now because of how much we've grown and how many wild spaces we now have bled into as a species. Here comes the trauma load for me, because the conversation becomes very real and very confusing when we start talking about the big cat industry. So kudos to what you and the task force and this incredible team have achieved, because it's just magical where we are right now. But it's still sitting on this knife edge. For me, I still think of this as a conservation issue, but it's a farming issue. What is the biggest unlock that needs to happen, do you think, in the big cat space?
Well, maybe just for the viewers, South Africa is the biggest breeder of big cats and trader of big cats from anywhere in the world.
And this is not for conservation. This is farming them.
Correct. So it's intensive farming for commercial purposes, and there's about 10,000 lions and other big cats in captivity. So what needs to be unlocked is a clear governmental decision, and that has happened over the last
And people
period
have been
of time.
voting. Parliamentarians want this to happen.
They want it to happen. So interestingly enough, the National Council of Provinces have authorised and approved, and it now needs to be promulgated by the Minister, to say that there will be no new facilities, that animal welfare is incorporated in the National Environmental Management Act. And
Those funds could go towards opening something that could do the right thing.
Correct.
We need to rechannel.
Correct. Training people in understanding animal welfare, those are critical skills that we need in this country. So the biggest issue is that we need to stop intensive breeding for commercial purposes. That is the next call to government, to say, let's stop breeding, let's stop being the biggest exporter of our wildlife. Let's look after them. For death.
This was the major penny drop moment, and there's often a few of these in a night like that, and we're going to continue this conversation with Fiona in just a moment. And sorry if I'm screaming at you right now, but the word commercial, what that means in this space is death. Death, in most cases, a very horrible life and death. And we're going to get into that, what choices we can make as consumers to make a very big difference. And we really do have all the power. So please, if you want to weigh in on this conversation, add advice. If you're an NGO working in the space, have that trusted relationship, want to plug into this magical movement, please share your perspective with us. And we'd love to hear from you. We are looking at everybody, one welfare, but yes, a focus on our very special animals and those sitting on the endangered animal list, being World Endangered Animal Day. But Fiona Miles is not going anywhere.
Well, listen, Mzansi, when your gut bacteria are thrown off balance, it can sometimes lead to diarrhea, especially during or taking antibiotics, especially after that. Interflora contains a probiotic yeast that works in the gut to help restore the natural balance of bacteria. Now, it can be used for antibiotic-associated diarrhea or acute diarrhea, and it can also be taken alongside antibiotics, so there's no need to wait. Another great benefit is that Interflora can be used by the entire family, including newborn babies, making it a helpful addition to your medicine cabinet. Now speak to your pharmacist and find out more about Interflora today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the conversation. We are creating awareness, most importantly, this National Endangered Species Day across the spectrum, all animals. But yes, conservation can sound like something distant or overwhelming, and maybe that's part of the problem, is we think it's someone else's problem. But many of the biggest changes actually begin in ordinary daily choices that we do at home. And Fiona Miles from Four Paws South Africa is back to just help us focus on what we need to do, and I think build empathy, compassion, because it's that human connection, the sentient understanding of animals that's now coming up in pockets everywhere in the world legally, which is great. When you hear countries like Venezuela making animals sentient forever now, it's a marker in their law, in their constitution. How does that make you feel about how far behind South Africa is as the custodian of the wild species?
I think it makes me quite annoyed, because it's not something that we don't know. It's something that we've been fighting for, arguing,
Leading the charge.
leading the charge on for so long. And the sentience of animals, and really teaching empathy from a young age to children, is critical. That's something we need to be teaching in our schools, in our homes, and bringing that forward, so that the demand, I would say, from every South African, like you said earlier, the 60 million odd of us, actually says animals are part of our communities, part of our life. That's what we demand.
And the flip side here is, and we joke about Alderman J.P. Smith popping up at these spaces, and he puts on a show for me, which I love, because he knows that we'll give him his 10 minutes, because he has clocked this. He figures out he'll go to a sterilisation day. I think it was AfriPaws doing a sterilisation day. He sees a community transformed with 71 sterilisations. That's it. Completely different to the situation next door in a gang-run area. Just the animals and that emotional connection made that shift.
Yeah.
That's maybe the battleground where we start. How many millions of stray cats and dogs do we have in South Africa, and how much of a burden is that on your system that now has to carry that load?
There's, according to the index that's been done, it's more than 4 million homeless animals. And I think this is the big issue. It puts so much pressure on, so the system itself, the systemic issues are not dealt with.
Because then you're just doing triage the whole time. You're not actually being proactive.
Correct. So there's not enough powers in government systems. The burden on NGOs who are not meant to carry that burden is huge. And so that's where we did a big study in the Western Cape to kind of plot out where the needs are and where the resources are. That needs to be done at a country level, so that we can actually see where the most important and critical areas are.
As an economic exercise,
Exactly.
apart from anything else.
Sterilisation is critical in communities. Sterilising the animals, giving them the basic shelter and home. People love those animals. They protect. Those animals protect their homes. They are part of the family, but they don't have the resources, and we need to bring those resources once again together.
It's
NGOs.
just connecting the dots. There's sponsors out there that
Yes.
want the airtime.
Yeah.
We see it every day in our commercial
Exactly.
space. So it is just, and that morning in Vrygrond, I've got to say, and to JP, he was there standing in the rain as well, so I'm not teasing you, buddy. I'm heaping more praise. But there were queues of hundreds of people sitting with their crates, with their animals,
Yeah.
with their own shirts off, covering the animals, protecting them so they could get their bag of food, get that sterilisation done. So we understand the dynamic here, but there is an element of representation when it comes to young people that's maybe missing. Our generation has dropped the ball, and maybe a few others. How do we restore that? How important is it for the children in South Africa now to see the adults getting this right?
It's critical, and adults really have to step up and take an important role and a conscious role, because it's very difficult and it's very sensitive to say look after your animal when it's very hard to look after your own
You
family.
can't feed your child, yeah.
So it's a sensitive matter. We need to recognize that and bring, as a nation, bring the support to communities and involve them. Teach kids, teach volunteers, bring volunteers from the community, bring them up, raise them up into being able to support each other. And I think that's really a huge task. We need to take it on. And welfare organizations are doing incredible work.
With very, very little.
Exactly. And so I just call on everybody to support your local welfare, support the animals in need.
And I must say, when on that stage at the State of Animal Welfare address, it didn't look like a bunch of us bleeding hearts there, well, albeit I was doing a lot of shouting, but I mean, you can understand why in that space. But it was a hip, young, cool, intellectually sharp. It was an unbelievable network to plug into.
Absolutely.
But the most, I think, powerful notion was that every person who stepped on that stage was doing something personally to change, and that's what led them to the purpose that it was unlocking this. What is that one thing that you would recommend all of us can do, maybe today with our own pets in our own house with the I don't know, birds in our garden. Obed, that one was for you. What do we do? What do we do as a first step to help?
As a first step, and if we think about animal welfare holistically, if we're going to be tourists and we are going to visit facilities or places that have wild animals, do not, if there's any form of interaction with a wild animal, that's a huge red flag. Don't pet a lion cub, don't walk with animals, don't feed wild animals. That's something very simple that everybody can do. And
it's a massive part of the problem. It is the mode of ecotourism that is being used to facilitate the entire big cat captive industry. And we've got to make that correlation. You've got to understand that.
And then in our own homes, let's think about where our food comes from. In terms of the billions of animals that are slaughtered every year for our food production and the huge amounts of feed that has to be grown in order to feed those animals, let's think a little bit carefully about how we eat and try and eat kind of one less animal product meal per week as a family can go a long way.
And before you push back, because we as a South African community eat significantly more meat than any other country. We are the heaviest hitters. And it's the way that that meat is sourced that is the issue. There are other countries coming here to process their meat because of the lack of regulation we have. So these barges rock up with these nightmare situations as we saw. That's not because of them. That's because of us and the legal loopholes that still give these organizations, these villains of the peace, that space to roam. But thank goodness there are heroes such as yours. Thank you so much for creating the platform that allows other NGOs to have the mouthpiece, have the space, but the connection of the strategic network, I think, is just getting started. So thank you so much for doing what you do every day.
Thank you so much.
And carrying the trauma load. We have an opportunity, I think, all of us, to do something very powerful in our own ecosystems, and maybe that's how you need to start thinking about it. See the wilds, see the domestic, see the farming as your ecosystem now, and how are you going to bring back that balance? Because it is on your and my shoulders. We can't let them fight alone.
Thank you.
Welcome to the kitchen on this ultra-fine Friday. Things are about to get really, really delicious because it is Bake That Thing! And in the kitchen today, the famous, the most amazing Jay Miller is promising to be giving us a step-by-step, two-step process, he said. He told me to hang on. Process on how to make the ultimate cinnamon waffles. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Jay Bagels in the kitchen. Welcome.
Good morning.
Tell me.
Kim, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But there's one thing that will make me smile, and it's cinnamon rolls.
And a cowboy hat.
Of course.
I love it. You know the things, you can't tell me you're tired and you rock up in an outfit like this. I'm expecting the rodeo, the full works. If you are too, and you have any questions for Mr. Miller himself, that voice note number, please do use it this morning, is 063-036-9649. Jay's here this morning. Ask him any baking question. Jay, cinnamon rolls. People are like specific about their cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, very specific. I've done them in many different ways. This is one of my favorites. It's a beautiful enriched dough, so you can see we've got eggs, we've got milk, we've got butter.
Eggs, milk, butter,
and some cream along the way, and a few other good things. But let's get into the dough.
Let's swap sides,
okay?
Because I want to sit. While you do that, I'm gonna look at this. What's this?
That is a little walnut brittle, so that's going to be used for topping. Because that's the exciting thing about cinnamon rolls is discovering all those different flavors and textures as you unroll them. And that's the joy of it, right?
Need a bake extra.
I think that is more than enough, Clem. Calm down.
Okay. Serious, I like what you said. Cinnamon rolls, they kind of become a canvas for flavor. You can kind of make it your own.
Exactly.
So today we're going with a peanut, a walnut?
Walnut.
Like a caramel, it's delicious.
Yes, so walnut caramel, we've got burnt butter going in the middle, so for me, all of those flavors sing together, and it speaks to winter. We're entering winter, so we, got to get our winter baking game back on, right?
You're allowed to gain 3 to 4 kilograms during winter.
I'm allowed to gain at least 20.
True. I think South Africa should be like you're allowed to gain 4 to 5 kilograms during winter. And you can hide it. You can hide it under jackets. You don't know what's going on under the shirt.
All the fabulous coats, I'm telling you, I love that.
So there we go. So you're allowed to have a cinnamon roll a day. No, Raul de Moorn is at home. He's like, absolutely not. But I do like the fact that we kind of associate winter with indulgence.
Yes.
And it's the aromas, and it's the textures, and it's the smells, and it's the people.
Exactly. And you know what? It's definitely the aromas. You know, the cinnamon in the kitchen is always such a big reminder of my grandmother's house in my mom's place. That's where cooking started for me. So that's always such a joyous thing to do. So just to run you up to speed, I've got flour, sugar, and salt. 2 grams of salt in here. Baking and salt are meant to be together.
Absolutely.
So for anyone who sees this recipe and sees the salt, it's meant to be there. And that just brings a good balance to the dough. And especially because the filling and the toppings are quite sweet, I tend to pull back the sweetness in the dough, just to ensure that it's not overly sweet, you know?
Beautiful balance.
Beautiful balance, and that's what we look for a lot in baking. Over here, we've got some eggs, so I'm going to whisk the eggs. And
I like that you know exactly where everything is. Guys, this is not my kitchen. I'm a visitor, I'm a guest. This is Jay's kitchen.
But the viewers don't want to know what's in this drawer. Because have you noticed how everyone opens this drawer?
And I also know what's in this cupboard. Guys,
That's the
I think there's
gas
people,
canister.
cold wasties in that cupboard over there. What's going on? I think it's amazing. Okay, but I love your kitchen, Jay. You honestly, you and the team do make us look so brilliant and so amazing.
So,
And that's coming through the baking as well this morning. Go on, sorry.
so in here, I've added my dry ingredients. I've sort of worked it so that it's nicely and well incorporated. In here, I've added my yeast, my dry instant yeast to milk. And then into that, I'm going to add about 151 grams of eggs. Now, obviously in baking, you'll see a lot of recipes will just indicate 1 large egg or 2 large eggs. For this particular recipe, I like to measure it and get a more accurate measurement. So simply because it's an enriched dough, it tends to be quite difficult to work with if you add too much liquid all at one go. So you've got to be very mindful about the level of liquid that you're adding. Otherwise, it becomes too loose and messy. And if you're not familiar with this type of dough, it might set you off.
Understood. And the definition of enriched dough is basically when you're enriching it with either butter or eggs or
both.
oil or both. Or okay, so now I understand what enriched means. I like that.
So I'm just going to have my mixer on a slow speed. You know, you could definitely do this easily by hand. It just does become quite messy. But you've got to, it's one of those doughs that you've just really got to persevere with, you know. I'm going to turn up the speed. And then what I'm going to do is just...
The scrape down. Which
gonna
again is why I love you that you're working with a glass bowl. Working with bowls that you can't see through. And we always talk about it, those pockets of flour that get at the bottom.
Ooh, no, none of that today. None of that today.
And because you're making a dough, I think it's important to talk about, because we get this question sometimes, when do I use the balloon whisk? When do I use the dough hook? When do I use the paddle on my stand mixer? So I know it's kind of obvious. Dough hook when you're making doughs.
Exactly.
When do we bring the paddle in? And when do we use the whisk?
The whisk is for when you want to get aeration. So think about whipping cream, thinking about making a meringue. Some cakes call for a whisk if you're doing like a chiffon where you've got a lot of airiness going on. Paddle is when you want to sort of cream things, so when you want it to be smooth and luscious. So things like your buttercreams.
All right.
And some cake mixtures as well, you know. So it just depends on the nature of the recipe.
I'm guessing frostings and icings, that's the paddle.
Exactly.
Okay, good. There we go. Thank you. So Auntie Janice had asked that question. There's your answer. I like that one. Thanks, Jay.
Okay, so we're developing quite a shaggy dough at the moment. And actually...
Tell me. I've done nothing. When do we add the butter?
The butter's going in now. Butter's going in now. So I'm just going to work this together with my hands now. I like to feel my dough.
Of course.
Just because you're able to then really, you know, feel the love. Feel the love.
Can we hold it out and show the people at the moment? I know we're not there yet.
So what
Almost.
Almost. I'm actually going to ask Aki for some extra milk.
Aki's going to
He's
bring that
around.
milk. Aki's going to get that. Jay, talk us through what's going to happen when we add the milk.
So-
milk goes in, and then the butter goes in.
So the butter's going to go in little by little. And this is when it gets really weird. You know, the dough starts doing a weird thing where it starts dancing in the bowl. There, it's going to do that now. Add it slowly at like a little bit at a time and allow it to have its moment. Each little block of butter to have its moment. And you can see now it's starting to come together.
So you're going to keep on doing that. We're going to incorporate it. When we come back, we're going to start rolling this dough. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with more. Bake that thing.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Can you believe 1 hour has been wrapped? 2 more on the way. Now let's get 7 o'clock started with your national news headlines. And we get started here with African Transformation Movement that has welcomed Parliament's decision to establish an impeachment committee into the Phala scandal involving President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, the move follows a Concord ruling directing Parliament to investigate allegations linked to stolen foreign currency at the president's farm. ATM called for the process to remain fair and independent. Meanwhile, Kusatu criticized the committee's composition, arguing it unfairly limits ANC representation. Tensions also spilled into Parliament during a heated Q&A session where opposition parties staged a dramatic walkout while demanding greater accountability from the president. In other national news, Eskom has spent over 469 million rand on diesel since April, generating more than 55,000 megawatt hours of electricity, mostly through independent power producers. Now, the utility said the spending helped maintain grid stability during winter weather conditions. Electricity Minister Hosiensa Ramakgopa explained that open-cycle gas turbines remain essential for emergency support and contractual obligations. Although diesel generation costs far more than coal, government says cancelling agreements with IPPs would be even more expensive. Eskom maintains the power stations serve as a critical safeguard during periods of fluctuating electricity demand and grid pressure. Taking a look at your international news making headlines now, with foreign ministers from the BRICS bloc that have gathered in New Delhi for talks focused on global security, economic cooperation, as well as growing geopolitical uncertainty. Now, leaders discussed rising energy prices, trade challenges, and ongoing tensions involving Iran. The Indian foreign minister called for stability and safe maritime trade routes, while Iran urged members to condemn military aggression against Tehran. Now, the expanding bloc, which now includes countries such as South Africa, Egypt and Indonesia, continues positioning itself as a stronger voice for developing nations in global affairs. Meanwhile, former Nigerian Power Minister Saleh Maman has been sentenced to 75 years in prison for laundering billions of naira linked to government-funded power projects. A court in Abuja found Maman guilty on multiple corruption charges after investigations by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Authorities say he has since disappeared, prompting an arrest warrant. The case has renewed public frustration over the country's electricity crisis as millions continue to endure power shortages despite years of reform promises and major government spending. Closing up with this story for your 7 o'clock news now with Dawn Zedhius Kraft that has fulfilled a lifelong ambition by graduating from medical school at 72 years old, becoming the oldest graduate in her institution's history. Inspired to pursue her dream after her husband survived a brain hemorrhage, the mother and grandmother used her retirement savings to enroll at St. James School of Medicine in the Caribbean. Now, despite academic setbacks and years spent raising children and working as a nurse practitioner, she persevered with support from family as well as classmates. Now approaching her 73rd birthday, Zedhius Kraft is preparing to begin her medical residency in Michigan, proving determination and passion can triumph at any age. Well, a definite story of encouragement as we pick up things into the weekend. That's where we leave your news for now. Let's head into sports.
Plenty to get excited about on the sporting front. Let's start with football, and Banyana head coach Dr. Desiree Ellis has now announced a 23-player squad to take on Japan in international friendlies next month. This marks a very welcome return from injury for Temi Hatlana and Bongeka Kamere, the pair bolstering that squad as preparations, of course, continue for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, our very happy hunting ground. So South Africa will face Japan on the 6th and the 9th of June. Now, staying in the footballing lane, it's a big weekend for the Buccaneers. Orlando Pirates could win their first league title in 14 years if they beat Durban City at Orlando Stadium on Saturday. The stars are aligning. The Buccaneers currently sitting 3 points behind league leaders Mamelodi Sundowns, but a superior goal difference. They have been on fire this year, and 2 games in hand keep that trophy very much within Pirates' reach. Then, of course, lest we forget some other Premiership fixtures this weekend. High-flying Chiefs, they travel to AmaZulu, while Siwelela, they'll host Magesi FC. Then we have got a packed, stacked rugby roster this weekend. So the Stormers are in United Rugby Championship action tonight. That as they take on Cardiff Rugby, having already secured a place in the playoffs. The Stormers, they do need that win as well as some other results to go their way if they want to claim the top spot on the table and that home ground advantage. In other URC fixtures, we've got the Sharks hosting Zebre, the Bulls tackling Benetton, while the Lions, they travel to Munster. Like I said, stacked. Now let's get into tennis, and it seems like he's doing this almost every week now. World #1 Yannick Sinner has once again etched his name in the tennis history books after beating Andrei Rublev 6-2, 6-4 in the quarterfinals of his home-based Italian Open. But the result marked Sinner's 32nd consecutive ATP Masters 1000 victory. That might sound familiar. Why? Because he broke the all-time record previously set by Novak Djokovic back in 2011. Of course, Novak is still playing. Bear that in mind. But we'll delve into that sport again in about an hour or so. Right now, let's see how the roads are looking.
Oh, well, thank you, Gray. Let's head straight into your roads now out in Cape Town and Bellville. Congestion is building on the R300 North at the Old Paarl Road ramp, at the R101. That's the off-ramp, rather. Daily commuters should expect delays and are advised to not text while driving. Now, out in Cape Town and Athlone, traffic is building on the N2 inbound at Jakes Carnival. Motorists are advised to plan for extra travel time as delays are expected, as you can imagine. Well, we wish you the best as traffic does pick up in peak hour. For now, let's see how we can do our job and prepare you for the week ahead when it comes to your weather. Getting started now in Polokwane, where you're in for a bright and a sunny day with light northeasterly winds. When we look at your temperatures, they start at a low of 11 and rises to 27. And in your days ahead, it brings you partially cloudy skies with temperature highs in the mid-20s. Well, that's it for Polokwane. Let's get into Klerksdorp next, where you can look forward to a sunny day throughout your day today. Your temperatures, well, they'll begin at a low of 6 degrees and then reach 24 as your high. And as we take a look into the week ahead, it's mostly sunny skies dominating the upcoming days, with tomorrow's temperatures ranging between 7 and 23. Well, that brings us to Pretoria, where you can expect a mostly sunny day, but there will be gentle northwesterly winds coming on through. Your temperatures range between 11 and 24 degrees. And as we look ahead, it's going to be a sunny weekend with temperature highs peaking in the mid-20s. Out in the city of gold in Johannesburg, you can look forward to sunny skies with calm northwesterly winds. Temperatures will start from 8 degrees and then rise to a set 21. And as we go into the weekend, expect fair condition with highs in the high teens and even the lower 20s. Mbombela, let's see how we can prepare you for the days ahead. Today you can expect cloud cover easing into a nice sunny afternoon. Temperatures range from a mild 14 and warms up nicely to 26. Now the weekend ahead brings you partly sunny and humid conditions, with tomorrow's temperatures between 13 and 22. Into the beautiful Bloemfontein we go now, where sunny skies on the cards for you today. Bit of a crisp start, 4 degrees, but then it does rise to 21 when it comes to your temperatures. And you can expect mainly sunny conditions ahead, with a cloudier pattern setting in from Monday into next week. Let's get into Richards Bay now, where today you can look forward to some morning showers. Now your temperatures are expected to range between 18 and 27 degrees. Now tomorrow brings cloudy and wet conditions with rain chance at 50%, with a high in the low 20s rather. A little bit further along that coastline into Durban we go, where you'll have a wet start to your day with some showers, but worry not, because your temperatures start at a low of 17 but climbs to a nice comfortable 25 degrees. Now looking into the weekend, expect cloudy conditions tomorrow, but when it comes to Sunday, it does bring some clear and sunny skies. And then into Mthatha we go, where you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with subtle southeasterly winds. Temperatures climb from a brisk 8 to a high of 23. Over the coming days, sunny skies will dominate with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. And that brings us to Uba, formerly Cranach, where you are in for a partly cloudy day with light westerly winds. Now your temperatures move between a very brisk 4 degrees and a high of 22. But tomorrow does bring you partly sunny skies with temperatures ranging between 4 and 21. Gogompo City, formerly East London, on your side of town, you can expect partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will rise from a cool 12 to a warmer 22. Now looking at your weekend, you can expect sun-filled skies with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. Up next, we've got GQ Ebeja, where you can anticipate cloudy skies with sunny breaks today. Now your temperatures range between 11 and 22 degrees. Mostly clear and sunny weather is expected over the upcoming days. Now your temperatures will be sitting in the low to mid-20s. And then in the gorgeous George, partly cloudy conditions will dominate your day today. Temperatures rise from a chilly 9, but it does increase to 19. And as we go into the weekend, sunny skies are expected to prevail with temperature highs in the low 20s. Well, let's see what the mother city has to offer out in Cape Town today. It's all about those morning showers, but it does give way to some sunny skies with gentle southerly winds coming through. Temperatures range between 12 and 19. And the coming days expect mostly sunny conditions with temperatures in the lower 20s. Good news though, clear of any rain. And then into Sutherland, where it's mainly sunny skies that will dominate your day with clouds a bit here and there. Temperatures move from a freezing 3 degrees, but at least it warms up to 18 as the day progresses. And you can expect some sunny skies from tomorrow through to Sunday before clouds move in from Monday next week. Kimberly, you're up next, where the morning brings patches of light drizzle. Now looking at your temperatures, it ranges between 6 and 23. And the remaining days ahead bring you clear blue skies with temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. So many places to look into, but our final stop is maybe our best stop too. Out in Uppington, you can expect clouds in the morning and sunny skies by this afternoon. Now your temperatures in Uppies start at a low of 6 and rises to 26. And your weekend ahead brings you plenty of sunshine, with temperatures peaking at 28 degrees on both Saturday and on Sunday. Well, we hope that you took note of all the weather across the country so we can prepare you for the day and weekend ahead. For now, though, how we prepare for this hour is by getting into the sunrise view of today. Now, Johannesburg, you're being represented very well through the eyes of Jane Vanessa, and specifically out in Morningside. And it is saying a very good morning to all of us. Thank you so much, Jane, for just letting us know that Joburg might just be the place to wake up to as we head on forward. A great day that lies ahead for you. 23 degrees is what you can enjoy. Now, we've seen Durban, we've seen Johannesburg, and I think it's time to see your side of town too. So let us know on this number. Here it is once again, 063-036-9649. We look forward to seeing exactly what your morning looks like as we head into the final hour. 8 o'clock is your time to shine. We can't wait to get into that.
Oh, thank you so much for staying glued to this conversation. We are living in National Endangered Species Day kind of fever today, which is great. But I think we often forget on these big days of awareness that we as individual consumers, as pet owners, as just South Africans can do so much more. And the work comes to bear with incredible organizations doing the heavy lifting for us. Now, Dr. Leandre van der Merwe has been on the show. She says 15 years ago. I'm really interested to find out how her journey has progressed working for the Animal Anti-Cruelty League, who, we used the term earlier, pick up the pieces when society lets these incredible animals fall through the gap. So we're going to find out today what she needs and what we can do to help fight, because it feels like a movement. When I sit to and chat to the Fionas of the world, the Dr. Leandres of the world, it feels like something is happening in the most practical way. Can you first explain to us what it is that you do? Where do you fit into the animal welfare ecosystem, if you will?
Okay, so Animal Anti-Cruelty, we're the second largest welfare organisation in South Africa, and we do incredible work. And I'm thank you so much for this opportunity to shine a light on what we do every day. We are a great organisation. We are, and look, the hospital part is the part I'm really passionate about, being a vet, you know. The hospital part, we focus on providing veterinary services to people that cannot afford private veterinary services. And, you know, life in South Africa have become so expensive. People struggle to come by, and people struggle to provide the best for their animals. And that is where we come in. We try and provide those surgeries that people can't afford. We save lives every single day, and we have a big adoptions department as well, and we have an inspectorate department. We take our mobile clinics into the communities.
That's where the magic happens.
People that can't even afford transport. So we go and pick up those animals, we bring them back to the clinic, we heal them, get them back to their healthy state, and then we take them back home.
To their families.
To their families, yes.
And I stress that word because I'm a fur parent. I have one emotional support dog who I think is, he's like a movie dog. He's just so much in that lane. But you kind of realize that there is a responsibility once you enter into that relationship. I was expecting you guys to be kind of the triage of let's pick up the pieces of all of the abuse that happens, and I'm sure you do see some terrible things. But it speaks more to a partnership with these communities to grow
100%.
empathy, to grow compassion.
Yes.
What change do you see? Because you must doing this now for 15 years at least since we last saw you at Sea Point. What change do you see in the individuals that connect with you and the communities where you have your most impact?
Look, people think we see a lot of on-purpose abuse, but what we see most of is neglect. It's purely people that are in situations where they struggle, where they've bitten off more than they can chew, they work long hours, they don't have time, they don't have money, and a lot of it is education. And it's sometimes, it's a slow decay of a circumstance of an animal, and we send our inspectors into those communities, we provide education, and we just get them back. And when you've shone a light and when you've told them, look, please, this is not, and people realize and they want to do better, and they do love their animals.
They show up. They show
Definitely.
up. And I'm starting to understand, and please, I'm very opinionated, so I always constantly put my stuff out there, but I know what's going on here, and I'm informed by the darker edge of that spectrum. So we need to build the empathy before anything else, and the
100%.
trust that takes time. So kudos for you to build that relationship. But there is a flip side to that coin, that you've got to see the stuff that I spent one night looking at 3 audio visuals, and I haven't slept for the last 2 weeks.
No, it's horrible.
What do your inspectors encounter in these situations?
Look, some of the stuff that we see is, and I want to focus on positivity, but you know,
People
we
must
do
know,
see
yeah.
the dark side of neglect and of, you know, just sometimes it really does. It's the bad days, but the good days are all the animals we save, the happy faces when the animals and the people reunite, when you can. And as an animal welfare vet, you really need to focus on the good. You cannot dwell in the bad parts, and you cannot allow yourself to become angry. You have to just pick up, and you have to be positive, and also you have to provide the best for these owners in a positive way. People
Because
don't
you're building
respond,
a relationship.
People
I
don't
get
respond well to being reprimanded.
Oh, for sure, especially when you are compromised.
Exactly.
And we learned those lessons during COVID. I think most of us would have gone out and robbed a bank to feed our children after 9 months of that insanity. I get it. I understand it. We often need to take a step back. But for me, I'm struggling to understand how you survive this trauma load of being in that. Is it the joy you get from seeing an animal come through that? Because you get that every day, which to me, I'm thinking must be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
But how do you manage and regulate your own emotions working in such a supercharged space?
I think it's a temperament thing, maybe a little bit. I think you have to be a certain person to be able to work in welfare. You have to have a certain amount of grit, but and that I speak for everybody
But
that
it's not
works
a
at
lack of emotion.
It's not a lack of emotion, it's emotional regulation. You have to be able to, you know, you go home and you cry at home. At work, you try and be your
My
most
kids
positive
know the story
self.
too well.
We all have bad days, but I mean, let me tell you, the best feeling for me as a vet is when an animal walks in broken or almost dead, or you feel like, you know, it's almost not going to make it, and you pull that animal through.
Look at him.
And you know, that is the best feeling.
So we do actually have a dog running around studio right now, getting a little bit excited as well. I love that. So
you know, the worst feeling, I would say my worst day is when our patients that have been brought in by us have, you know, have injuries, bad, severe injuries. We nurse them back to health, and then sometimes those animals don't get picked up. Their mom and dad never come back for them, and those animals are the worst for me, because, you know, we've put them through all this surgeries and pain and recovery, and we've walked this road with them, and those animals are the ones that...
You've treated them like you would treat another member of the South African society, and I think that's the epiphany that's starting to form around me, is that we have some of the best laws, best medical practitioners, best science in the world, but we don't get to employ it in the social spaces, in the animal welfare spaces, unless professionals such as yourself actually cross that line. And when I look in legal now, and I look in medical, and I look in scientific spaces, we've got some big guns there.
Oh, the
which
vets in this country, our vets are fantastic quality. We really, we have to have sympathy for our vets and welfare vets. We're talking about endangered species. The welfare vets are becoming endangered species.
Yeah,
People, welfare work is hard work, and vets tend to, you know, I think private practices are a little bit more,
you can
mitigate. It's a little bit slower pace. Welfare, you know, it's go, go, go from the moment you walk in.
4 million stray animals sitting in South Africa as we speak. Who's going to take care of them? The burden sits on us. So think about the choices that you are making, and right now, give your pet a cuddle, please. Just understand what goes into looking after this massive weight. And yes, it requires resources, but I think most importantly, we need the redirection of passion and purpose like this. A reminder this morning that compassion towards animals often starts with just a small choice, much closer to home within our community. And Dr. Leandre van der Merwe is just proving that you can take what you do and employ it in the most impactful way. So please visit sacl.co.za. We'll keep all of those details up on our social platforms. Go and make a difference today. I command you to do that now. We've all got to join this charge.
While the world is watching, you could be winning.
Bet on all 104 matches with World Sports Betting. Choose from hundreds of live and pre-match markets every game. Cash in early with the revolutionary 2-Up feature. Plus, stand a chance to win your share of a massive 20 million rand in cash and prizes with our exciting predictors and free-to-play penalty shootout. Back the boys to bring it home with World Sports Betting. Bet responsibly. Bet with World Sports Betting.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back as we try to hold back all the ahs as we look into Max's beautiful face. Okay, let me get it together. Today we're talking about the special bond between children and animals and how it can really inspire things like empathy, healing, and definitely some confidence. Now, joining us on the couch is Nina Jobert from Pat, as well as, of course, her dog, Max, the therapy dog that we all definitely love right now, as we explore how animals-assisted programs are helping children feel supported, comforted, and empowered one paw at a time. I think they deserve a relatively quiet, feel-good welcome. We don't want to disturb Max too much. Let's go, everybody. Okay, is that just me? All right, guys, it's fine. It's fine. Next time, we'll give a clap for Max. Max, welcome. Look at him. Nina, welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call him. Is he okay?
He's fine.
Okay, he's
fine.
good.
Yeah.
Pet Says Therapy. Pat, what a beautiful name as well. Let's get into how you think children and animals connect in this type of way. I mean, that emotional connection is like no other. We feel it as adults, but for children in particular, what is that bond?
Well, companion animals help us relax. So when you pet or stroke a dog, your heart rate actually slows down and it's good for our nervous system. And I think that children are especially sensitive to this feedback loop.
That is beautiful. Do you have any moments that stand out in your mind that you've witnessed between children and dogs as therapy?
Well, we have a beautiful story in the PAT community of a young girl who is on the autism spectrum and she didn't speak. And we had a PAT team, so a man and his dog, regularly visit their school. And one day the kid and her parents were out like at a restaurant and the PAT team walked past. And the girl actually looked at the man and she excitedly pointed at the dog and she said, "Trixie," the dog's name, and that was actually the first word she ever spoke.
No, I mean, that is a story that will stay with you forever, but really shows the impact that our domesticated animals have on our lives too. And from a young age, you know, you want your kids to develop real values like empathy and also confidence, a skill that some of us still struggle with to this day, compassion too. So how does the bond between, or even therapy between animal and child, develop these sorts of skills and values?
I think that it happens through a non-violent communication and feedback loop. So children quickly learn that animals will approach them if they are not threatening, that the animal will stay in the engagement as long as the child engages with the animal in a way that the animal enjoys. So if the child is perhaps too harsh or does something that the animal doesn't like, then the animal will simply move away. And that, in that way, I think the children learn to respectfully engage with the animal. But the really beautiful thing, I think, as well, is that animals don't expect children to wear masks or be really eloquent. You know, they relate to each other naturally. And
there's zero judgment.
Yes, and in that moment, the play comes naturally between the two of them.
I mean, can you tell us your story with Max? He can't sit here, main character energy, without us knowing what the background is between your bond with him.
So Max is actually a dog that I picked up on the street. And I really wanted a dog at that point in my life. I was still a student, so I couldn't leave him alone in my flat. Oh, he wants to go to you.
That's
there we go.
You can be close to me.
And yeah, he came with me to class and he laid at my feet as if he's always been my dog. And once I learned how, you know, I had to actually take care of him, he changed my complete understanding of dogs. And I actually subsequently went on to do a course in animal behavior and work with animals. So he's really changed the course of my life.
Oh my goodness, and that's what they do. I mean, I've got a dog and a cat as well, and they really do impact us in so many beautiful ways that I wonder if they even understand the impact that they make on our lives. But I did want to talk about a program that is just so unique, the Leah's Ukufunda Read program. So why does reading to animals really help children? And can you tell me more about the program?
So reading to animals, I think it is because animals, so what's so special about that program is that animals don't demand social engagement. So the child is with the dog and they are reading out loud to the dog. And so the child doesn't have to act or react to an audience like they would have to their parent or to their teacher. We already mentioned, you know, that animals help us feel calm. So the child has the confidence to express themselves without fear of failure, or reading without fear of failure. I think, you know, you touched on it, but in short, dogs don't judge. Yeah.
And that's so beautiful. I mean, look at him just chilling here, enjoying our company just the same. And, you know, if there is a message that you would like parents and also communities to understand about the importance, I think, of nurturing children's relationship with animals, what would you say to them right now to use this platform?
I would say that it is very important to understand that companion animals are not objects. So they're not furniture to be used or disposable items, you know. So they obviously have basic needs for shelter, warmth and food. But dogs also have the desire to engage with us and the world around them. And so it's important for children to, I think, understand their needs and not just think that animals exist to fulfill our own. And a great way, I think, to teach children this is when you see a dog and its owner out and about, is to teach the child to ask the owner first if they are allowed to touch the dog. Because, you know, not all dogs are comfortable out and about and like touch as much as our pet companion animals do.
Or with children. Some dogs are a bit jittery around
they're not as confident with children, and they don't actually enjoy having someone in their face, you know, saying hello. Some dogs prefer to just see the world go by.
Oh my gosh, and just like humans, I mean, we're the exact same. I love that. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's about to pass out right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, which tells me that we're a safe space and we're definitely a calm space for animals and humans alike. Nina, thank you. And thank you for the work that you do. Max, thank you as well. We love you just the same. PAT, Pets as Therapy. That's exactly what we're talking about. If you want more details, plug into it. You can find it at Expresso Show and maybe even get closer to Max like we are today.
Oh man, well, after that incredible, wholesome moment right there, hopefully it's got you thinking about what, first of all, how much you must value the relationship you do have with the pets in your life, but what we can all do to do more. And maybe you need just a little bank to do that. Well, let's see if we can help you out. Great things can indeed happen if you play your Powerball Plus today. There is a mind-blowing 90 million rand estimated in the jackpot this Friday, and it's been massive like this for a while. So please jump on board, get your tickets in store. You can go nationallottery.co.za right now. Their mobile app, your cell phone banking, probably the app has a little drop down. Just head over to the Expresso socials and we'll remind you of all of the modalities. So you just punt, push, or play your Powerball Plus for an estimated 90 million rand in that jackpot today. You could win big. Prepare for a winter fashion cuteness overload after this. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we've been pumping out that Feel Good since this morning. Right now, we want to also make sure you look good, because Woolworths is making winter dressing for kids even easier, warmer, and more affordable than ever. From cozy long-sleeve basics and soft fleece laces, or layers rather, to stylish winter footwear, speaking about laces, and must-have accessories. Now, this season is all about smart layering that keeps our little ones super duper comfortable, and we brought in the best of the best content creator and fashion mum, Azza Awaldin Karim, is with us today to show us how to layer up our little ones in very practical ways, but things that are still playful and comfortable. So Azza, welcome back and thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to get into the season. Nothing makes me happier when I'm walking around and I see little ones in like little puffer jackets. But Woolworths, of course, is known for offering stylish options when it comes to the essentials. Which pieces, I've got to ask you, would you invest in when it comes to winter?
Puffer jackets?
Yes.
And boots.
That's it. And we've got so many options around us, so maybe you can take us through some of your favorites.
Okay, so I personally love these. They are the leather boots, and they can last for 2 to 3 seasons.
Sure.
Depending on how fast their feet grow.
Yes.
But these are great because they go with the fleece tracksuits and also a dress-up outfit for occasions.
And they've got the zip for easier
Exactly.
wear.
So you can zip them down, and it's easy for the kids to put on themselves.
Exactly. I love that. We've got some gloves and beanies to match too. Our kids are going to look so stylish. But we know that the kids, it's not just about the warmth for them. It's also about a bit of personality. And I'm seeing some Minnie Mouse characters here too. Color, texture, comfort, accessories for every day. So what do we have in terms of accessories? We've touched on some over here. And then,
So
let's get
in
into it.
terms of the accessories, I like to have them choose their favorite characters.
Stop it, that's
so even
cute.
if they're wearing a plain or neutral track set, they can put on a Spider-Man or a Minnie Mouse or whatever the case
Well,
may be.
speaking about
And
Minnie
it's so
Mouse,
cute.
and look at the little furry thing
Fluffy.
on top, hey? This would definitely elevate like any sort of
Any
outfit.
outfit,
And then what else do we have?
And
of
then
this
in
option?
terms of, do you want to go more into
Sure, we've also got something
So we've
like
got some
this.
of the beanies with the ears, and then the plain ones for the boys, which are quite cool.
Yeah.
And then for girls,
Come this way, you can
come
show
this
me,
way. So for the girls, what I love is that they've got the mix and match fleece sets, and it's so easy to build the wardrobe. When you can change up the tops and the bottoms, and then also the basic T-shirts, so the long sleeve basic T-shirts, and you can pair them with the fleece pants, or you can pair them with the leggings, and it's just a full outfit.
And I mean the hearts, it's making all of our hearts melt right now. I also really love the flower details, but for
Yeah.
those who don't like too much pattern, maybe it's a bit overwhelming. They're the plain options
Exactly,
too.
and then keep it neutral.
Keep it neutral. And then for the boys, we also have some options
And then
over
for the
here.
boys, let's swap again.
Yeah.
So for the boys, we've also got the same options where they've got the plain fleece top and bottoms. Also mix and match, and then the different basic tees, long sleeve tees. So I love
that's
these.
cute, actually.
Because you can pair them with the fleece tops, but you can also pair them with the jeans
Oh
or
my
with chino
gosh.
pants and the boots, and your outfit is elevated.
No, listen, if Azar says it, then we believe it 100%. But winter mornings are coming. It gets even tougher to get dressed in the morning. Nobody even wants to take their clothes off, forget about put other clothes on. So how do we even approach this and adapt to the colder weather when it comes to our kids?
Yeah, so the mornings are quite chilly now. So I stick to or start with the basic tees and then the fleece tops over.
Just lay it on top,
And then
yeah.
we layer the puffer jacket, whether it's a sleeveless jacket or a long sleeve jacket. And then when it gets a little bit warmer during the day, they can just take the top
Take it off.
And they're not too warm because these are quite comfortable.
Breathable
and
as well.
Breathable, yeah.
Well, let's see them on some bodies, and I'm talking about mini bodies at that. We've got our little models to come on through, just looking as gorgeous as ever, and they can show us exactly what we've got going today. I see the striped top is here.
Yes.
Okay.
So the striped top I love because you can pair it with the jeans, you can pair it with the chinos, or they can just wear it with their fleece bottoms and tops. And then the girl, this is the mix and match set I was talking about. So yeah, the same. Pair them,
with the
mix and match them, put on a cute beanie, and they've got a full outfit on.
I mean, we could even accessorize him, add a little grey beanie to the
Gotta
mix
put on a
as
beanie.
well. Throw it over your head. Here we go. And look at that. They're matching and so cute. Oh, I love it. No, our kids are so sorted and stylish, not only comfortable and practical, but looking the part as well. Kids, thank you so much for joining us. You've done a fantastic job at that as well. And there you have it, our little looks, our big style, from bold print to cozy fit. Woolworths has got the perfect layers for this winter season. So go ahead and shop the same Woolies quality at everyday low prices. You can do so in store, online, and on the app. Azar, thank you so much for coming
Thank
and
you
for
so much
bringing
for
your
having me.
kids. Well done, guys.
Now you know the vibe here. Busy morning, big energy, and a cough tries to step in. Not on my watch. I boss it quick with Ball Still, the trusted cough fix Mzansi's relied on for years to help handle that troublesome cough associated with colds and flu. And those are kicking in right now. Borstal is also available in delicious orange and peppermint, helping you get rid of the phlegm so you can just keep it moving. And now it's your turn to win as well, your own Borza moment. Head over to the Borstal Facebook page and enter the competition. You'll see it very clearly, and you could be one of 10 winners, scoring a 2,500 Rand Puma voucher. Very nice. Just perfect for the season's fashion change. Don't let a cough hold you back this winter. Boss it with Borstal and make sure you enter now.
Stubborn cough? Asjiki. Trust the cough doctor to sort you out and keep bossing it with Borstal. Find Borstal at your nearest retailer or pharmacy today.
Well, we are loving focusing on endangered species, but more importantly, what we as a very non-endangered species in that lane can do to help. And we're going to track the celebrities that have used their platform to make massive impact. And you'll be surprised. I think a lot of people have been reframed in Tinseltown because they've shown their heart, their passion and their purpose. So we'll connect with that. And then we've been doing some interesting things with Avos, and we continue to do that in the kitchen after this. We'll see you now.
Stubborn cough? Asjiki. Trust the cough doctor to sort you out and keep bossing it with Borstal. Find Borstal at your nearest retailer or pharmacy today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. How are you doing, my friend?
Good.
Hey, we have been busy this morning. Passion
After
and
Max,
purpose.
I'm doing amazing. He was cute. Did you see him come and sit
Would
with
you
me?
give him away to your grandmother like your other dog? Oh, Sam, it's real out in these streets, man. No, the bottom line is we've got to show up for ourselves and for our pets every day. And Max has certainly proved that. Gorgeous dog that we had in here. We've been looking at amazing professionals kind of lending their weight, whether it's legal, whether it's in the NGO space, whether it's scientists and vets, How about the celebs?
Oh my
what
goodness.
are they doing?
Okay, so celebs are really just putting their foot in when it comes to this really, really great cause, which is conservation, and increasingly focus on activism, which I think is so important, especially considering their platforms. We've seen them in social media campaigns and documentaries. So I want to get into talking about the first one because I really love him. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo. We can call him, we know him well
Oh,
enough.
Leo.
We can call him Leo.
Leo.
Fine,
Oh,
yeah.
Leo. So we know he's been acting since the age of 5. He's now 51 years old. You can do the maths. The man has been in the public eye for many years. And I love the fact that over time, he's realized that it's not just about Tinseltown, but he wants to, of course, give back in some sort of ways. And so he's really done his part in terms of his documentary and many projects he's been involved in to make sure that he protects things like ocean conservation and also climate change, and it really helps. He's got a documentary called Before the Flood and also Global Conservation Partnerships. And if you know anything about his dad was kind of like a hippie. So I feel like...
I get that vibe from him. Yeah. He's definitely got an open mind. But I think what we often forget about actors, we kind of place their roles on them. Often very introverted. They live in a very kind of thin lane. As much as, yes, they're exposed to the world, they themselves, their work bubble is quite small. So for them to come out of that space and use that platform and put themselves at that PR risk.
Yes.
And all they've got are optics, eh?
Right.
That's their currency, is their PR value.
Especially with climate change, which is still such a controversial topic.
And in a country that is driving the negative narrative as well, how important is that? But how much power would it lend to you as an NGO organ? Imagine if Fiona was sat here next to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Sure, people would
So I can try harder. I'm going to try harder next time. Leo, I can do it, man. I can do it. Hell, he's even walked next to Elon Musk for 5 minutes, which deserves a Medal of Honor. But kudos to Leo for putting his finger on the pulse of what's actually happening in the world right now and holding that line despite the criticism that he gets, which is great.
Oh, we love you, Leo. Honestly and truly, from your movies to your conservation efforts, we see you. And here's another guy that we definitely have had our eyes on. So I can't believe it's been 10 years since Stephen Irwin has passed away. And since then, his son has really taken the reins and run for it. Robert Irwin is his name. And he continues down that realm of both, of course, entertainment, but actually entertainment for purpose. And he's done a really great job on social media. That's where I've seen him most.
Let's see, now this is the right kind of wildlife influencer.
Yes.
He is a conservationist who is working within the lines of conservation, but if he is engaging with an animal, it'll be in a rehabilitation setting, it'll be, and he's quite clear about that line. So this isn't someone who owns lions in a cage and is petting them to get likes.
Next to them.
It's a very different prospect. He had an awesome responsibility stepping into his dad's shoes, and he does it.
So
he is so funny. He's obviously a good-looking kid. Won Dancing with the Stars in the US, which is just mind-blowing, I think. But when you look at the familial love that they share and what he has done in the wake of his father's, the opportunity that he created in the wildlife space, legacy is the term. And can you imagine the pressure of having to live that legacy? But he like brushes it off with that gorgeous Aussie charm. He's just got a vibe about him that is so wholesome and so lovely. Imagine how many kids are going to be introduced to the notion of welfare and conservation.
I mean, I identify as a kid too. Like, he is doing such a phenomenal job. And they say that his dad was known as an Australian icon. No, a global icon. The crocodile hunter is something that we all grew up watching and knowing and just being aware of. In fact, I think Stephen Irwin was probably one of the first spaces of conservation that I was
introduced to. And young and hip and and he was just, but there was nowhere he wouldn't go. But for me, it's when his kids are born and you see him just being that. And I love the fact that Robert and the rest of the family have so much digital content to drift back into. But more importantly, he is living that principle in a way that opens it up to a new generation. So he's not preaching to the choir. He's creating a new one.
I love that. Me, I'm singing along as well. Well, let's talk about Pam Anderson. We have been seeing her all over our headlines, not only for taking the stance of not wearing makeup in a space that demands women to always look incredible, but also because she has done her part along with a couple of other celebrities as well. Pierce Brosnan.
Ricky Gervais.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Ricky, I know, was
I love
recently,
Ricky.
he's just unashamedly pro-animal and anti-human, which is hilarious in itself, but he understands what we do.
Exactly.
But I saw him shutting down in an Eastern European country a massive animal testing station where he's there. He's got crates. He will not rest. Yeah, and do that. Because, again, how motivational will that be for the person like the Dr. Leandre who's doing her work every day without anyone patting her on the back? Come on.
Animal cruelty is not something that we need to play about, okay? If the celebrities can use their platforms for good, as Grace said, at the risk of a PR nightmare, I think that we can all also step up and do our parts as well, whether it is domestically or even on a bigger scale. Ray, you are doing a fantastic job. I want to applaud and commend you as well. You're putting your life on the line to help your conservation efforts.
We're doing the same job, girl. We just put ourselves out there, man. No, I think at some point in this job, you begin to realize that your role, no matter how small it seems, could be at one of those intersections that makes all of the difference. So if you work in an industry like ours that desires multiple disciplines, like you're going to have to go and cook now.
I'm going to have to go cook now. I'll be back.
I'm sorry that I make her do all of the cooking. It just feels very rude. No, she's on fire in the kitchen at the moment. But the bottom line is, we can feed off the energy that these stars create in the world, but we can also take it a step further and do something. So if you're thinking about influencing in that space, and I'm going to say this to the guys that are engaging with wild animals that aren't actually wild animals, please use your platform responsibly. Please. We have the most awesome responsibility sitting in front of us right now. This species right now that you are looking at, the totem of our wild spaces, is being commercially destroyed in our country as we speak. Yet we are the bastion, the true north of conservation, of animal welfare, of human law. Can these threads not wind and weave together so that we can have one baseline of care and compassion and purpose? To everyone who has sat on this manifestation station today, based on them holding that line, thank you. I think you all deserve something delicious. Let's go to the kitchen.
Well, Graham was right. I didn't need to make my way into the kitchen. This is another skill that I'm sharpening in my everyday. She's a wifey now. So, of course, I don't know if my man would eat a bunch of vegetables, but Scott, if you say so, maybe he'd be convinced, right?
I think so.
We're making a delicious garden today, one that's really edible and delicious. Avo season is officially here, and we definitely have to make the most of our avos. Chef Scott Parker is with us, who brings a fresh and creative approach to showcasing one of the season's most flavorful ingredients. We've been using avos all week. Today's no different. He's known for his elegant, produce-driven style of cooking. He shows us how to transform a simple ingredient into something super vibrant and beautiful. In fact, it is inspired by a garden. It is the avocado and creme fraiche pureed garden. Really interesting, beautiful display of veggies.
It certainly is. It's very bright considering it's raining and dull outside. So I wanted to bring a little bit of joy and something a little bit different, a bit fun.
I love it. He even took the soil out the garden outside and then put it on top.
I did. Look, I'm going to jump straight in whilst we do this because there's quite a few bits and pieces to do. So the first thing is on the bottom of the plate is, of course, the star of the show, the avocado. And
make some noise for the avo.
Yay! So these avos are perfectly ripe and, as you said, in season. Ooh. And all we're going to do is we're going to put these into a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you could use a pestle and mortar. It works just as well.
Right.
But we're going to blend this up. And we're
perfect avocados too, hey?
They are. Look how beautiful they are. And what we've got here is we're going to blend it to make a really nice puree to form the base of our dish, which is going to be lovely and rich. And we're going to enrich it a bit further with a bit of creme fraiche. And that is going to help enrichen it, but also lighten it, because that cream, as we whip it up now, you'll see it will start to change and go a little bit lighter in colour. And then we're going to acidulate that with a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, of course. You can't have avo without lemon.
So I've got 2 avocados.
Remind us again what creme fraiche is.
So it's fresh cream. So it's the thickest part. It's funny that. The freshest cream that comes up to the top. And we're going to season this. So I've got some moulded salt that goes in. season this quite heavily because you'll be surprised that fat within the creme fraiche and the avocado can sort of cloud the palate a little bit.
Right.
So we want to make sure we season it really well. And then, of course, that lemon juice.
Yum.
So this is the first part to do. You can make this well in advance. The lemon juice also acts so avocado can go brown.
Right, and it kind of preserves the avocado a little
Exactly.
more.
So we keep the colour. So we leave that to whip away that. We'll throw these away.
There you go.
Thank you very much. So what I've done is...
That's what I'm curious about.
This is soil.
It is literally
So
soil.
there's yeah, go for it. So what I've done... Nice, right? So it's a little bit different. So I've used crackers. I've blended them up with a little bit of nori, which is dried seaweed. So that's the thing that goes around the sushi. Packed full of umami and really, really good for you. And then I've just added some olive tapenade. So think about Mediterranean flavours going on here. So we've got a bit of texture coming through in this soil, which will just be scattered over the top of the puree. So between the two of them, he doesn't want to do it. He's a stubborn little nugget, isn't he? Let's help him out a little bit. This is what always going to happen.
Can I try this, guys?
Go for it. Yeah, tell me what you think. So remember,
I love that flavour profile.
It's got to still go into the rest of the flavours, so it's going to work in conjunction. So on its own, it's very strong, but with the avocado puree, it will start. That's better. Look at it. So that's the soil. And then I've got a load of vegetables here, and I love pickling, as we know, sort of preserving the season. So we've got some baby beetroots. We've got the candied colour, which is the white and red one with the swirly-whirlies.
I've seen that, yeah.
Delicious. Some radishes. That's what you were smelling. It wasn't me. It was the radishes. Once they're pickled, they're a bit whiffy.
Yeah.
We've got some golden beetroots and some beautiful coloured pickled carrots here.
Wow. So the whole rainbow.
Oh, exactly. And then we've got some pickled onions, and then we've got some raw. So it doesn't all have to be pickled. We've got raw as well. So this is really, really good for you.
This is a great, like, party dish.
It really is. So this dish I was going to name drop here. So I was working in Copenhagen at a restaurant called Noma.
Yeah.
With René Redzepi. Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Kind of, just a little bit.
And we were doing a dinner called Cook It Raw, so you weren't allowed to use any electricity. And one of the things that was cooked there or made there was it sort of foraged from the farms and the gardens, and it was sort of all brought together. And I thought, wow, what a really lovely way to preserve a season by pickling and keeping it nice and fresh and vibrant.
Right.
And then when I got asked to do this with avocados this week, I said, oh, it's so miserable outside. How do we bring some colour? So that's sort of where we've got to. So it's that simple. I mean, if you're in those fancy restaurants, what you'd do at this stage is you'd pass this. So essentially push it through a sieve to make it super smooth. But we're not in a fancy restaurant.
We're only in our fancy kitchen.
And we've only got 8 minutes. So
I love this. This kind of reminds me, in fashion, we do dopamine dressing. So kind of like dress for the day you want. Make a meal for the kind of day you want. This is dopamine eating. Look at these
100%.
colours.
So we're going to put that onto the base.
Wow. See, I would eat that on its own on some toast.
So this is, I mean, yeah, just get some nachos in here. I mean, this is the base of a guacamole, really.
Right.
You can add some chili in there, you can add some garlic in there, some ginger. I mean, the world's your oyster when it comes to avocados. This is such a great base. So that's going to go in there nicely. And we're going to take our soil, which has got this really lovely texture.
So mine is crackers, olive tapenade, and nori.
And nori, it's that simple. I did a little bit of Malden salt, just for that extra salty goodness.
Wow.
This can be made in advance. And if you want this to be extra crispy, you can even pop that back through the oven. 180 degrees, about 4 or 5 minutes, and it'll go super, super crispy.
Okay, Scott, you got 30 seconds to load up your vegetables.
Okay, then we're just going to put these guys in here. Don't throw them all over the table.
Radishes,
beetroots, pickled onions.
Some onions.
Onions, yeah. What else have we got here? Carrots. Let's get those in there and just stick them up nice and
I think we could do without the raw courgettes, but maybe we'll throw in some broccoli.
Yeah, we'll put some broccoli, why not? And then we've got some cress there as well that we can add. I mean, you can help. So we'll go quicker.
I could actually contribute. I'm scared I'm going to mess it up.
No,
it's not going to look the same.
And then if you really want, we can add some, I've got some caviar. But I mean, as it is there, it's vegetarian. You can leave the creme fraiche out to make it vegan. We've got some trout
we're going
caviar.
fancy today.
Yeah, well, that's it. We can do that. We're just going to grab some of this stuff here and just these little worms.
So we're committing fully to the garden.
There we really are.
And then to end off some microgreens.
Yeah, some microgreens, which is like your, well, let's spread it out. So it's a bit like your grass is actually grown. There.
Grown grown from Scott's garden. I love to see it. That is so beautiful. You can eat it on its own as a grilled dinner. You could eat it as a snack. You could definitely serve it at any sort of brunch, lunch, or dinner. And Scott, you've done it again.
Thank you very
Start
much.
calling him Superman Scott because he always comes through with something different that we absolutely love. And of course, you could get all of these goodies in a store near you. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. As we fly into the final hour of the show, we're going to call it. We're going to say officially the week is done, the weekend has started, and all we really care about is if the weather is going to play along. Let's enter into our final show, giving you a bit of a perspective of what's coming up weather front. And we start our weather journey in Polokwane. I think the seasons are changing, but you've still got a bright and sunny day ahead with a light northeasterly wind coming to bear. Temps starting at a low of 11 degrees, going up to a beautiful 27 for your Friday. And then your days ahead bring you partly cloudy skies with temperatures, the highs in the mid-20s throughout. A little bit of rain coming in next week, but otherwise clear. We move to Klerksdorp next, where you can look forward to a sunny day throughout. Embrace it. Did start at a low, a chilly 6 and reach a high of 24 a little bit later today, which is great. Mostly sunny skies then dominating the coming days. Tomorrow's temperatures ranging between 7 and 23. Moving to Pretoria, you can expect a mostly sunny day ahead with gentle northwesterly winds coming through as well. Your temperatures are ranging between 11 degrees and 24 degrees today. And then as we cast a forward glance, it's going to be a sunny weekend with temperature highs peaking in the mid-20s throughout. In fact, it stays pretty much on that trend going into the new week. Into Jaws, here we go next, and you can look forward to sunny skies above with a nice calm northwesterly wind, just taking the edge off. Temperatures starting from 8 degrees, and they'll set at 21 degrees for your Friday. And moving into the weekend, expect conditions highs in the high teens and low 20s. In fact, pretty moderate throughout. Move to Mbombela next. Expect some morning cloud cover, easing into a beautiful sunny afternoon today. Your temperatures ranging from 14 to 26 degrees as a result. Then the weekend heralds some partly sunny and humid conditions, with tomorrow's temperatures between 13 and 22 degrees, with that extra moisture in the air. Then we move to Bloemfontein. Sunny skies on the cards today. Embrace it. Your temperatures did start at a low of 4, but go up to a nice high of 21 degrees, and then mainly sunny conditions persisting over the days ahead. A cloudier pattern setting in from next Monday, though. Down into Richards Bay we move now, and today you can look forward to a few morning showers, maybe behind you already. Your temperatures ranging from 18 to 27 degrees once the rain stops. And then tomorrow brings cloudy and wet conditions, sadly, for the weekend. Rain chanced at 50% and the highs in the low 20s from then on. But they do start to climb again as we move into the new week. To our playground we go next to Durban. You've got a wet start to your day with some showers probably coming to bear already. Temperatures starting at a low of 17 and climbing to a comfortable 25 degrees. Then looking into the weekend, expect cloudy conditions tomorrow. And then Sunday bringing some clear and sunny skies to round off the weekend. Umtata is our next stop, and you can prepare for a mostly sunny day with a subtle southeasterly as well. Temperatures climbing from a brisk 8 to a nice 23 degrees, and it stays pretty moderate over the coming days. Sunny skies dominate. Temperatures, our highs in the low to mid-20s throughout as well. And then as we move into the new week, the rain coming in. Nkuba, formerly known as Cradock, you're in for a partly cloudy day with a light westerly wind. And your temperatures move between a cold 4 degrees and a high of only 22 today. Then tomorrow brings you partly sunny skies, temperatures ranging between a chilly 4 and 21 degrees. And we've got to wait until next week for the rain to return. As we move to Kogompo City, formerly East London, you've got partly cloudy skies above you as we speak. Temperatures ranging from a cool 12 to a nice 22 degrees as your high today. And then looking at your weekend, you've got a sun-filled weekend ahead. Temperature highs in the low to mid-20s as well. And again, a bit of rain kicking in as we move to the midweek next week. Gqeberha, you can anticipate cloudy skies with some sunny breaks today. Your temperatures ranging between 11 and 22 degrees as a result. Mostly clear and sunny weather is what lies ahead. You can expect that over the coming days, and certainly for the weekend. Temperatures sitting in the low to mid-20s. Gorgeous George, you're partly cloudy this morning with those conditions dominating most of your day. Temperatures rising from a chilly 9 to a high of 19 degrees. And then going into the weekend, sunny skies are expected to prevail. Your temperature highs in the low 20s. Down to the mother city, we were greeted with morning showers. That will give way to sunny skies with a gentle southerly wind as well. The temperature range between 12 and a high of only 19 today with that cloud cover, but in the coming days, mostly sunny conditions expected. Temperatures in the low 20s and clear of rain throughout. Then off to Sutherland we travel now as mainly sunny skies dominate your day with clouds just here and there. Temperatures moving from a freezing 3 to only 18 degrees today, and then sunny skies from tomorrow through to Sunday before the clouds move in from Monday next week. And yes, a little bit of rain from Tuesday onwards. Kimberley, the morning brings you patches of drizzle and light drizzle. Temperatures ranging from a brisk 6 degrees to a high of 23 degrees for your Friday. And then going into the weekend, clear blue skies and temperature highs in the low to mid-20s. Absolutely perfect for your weekend chill. Once again, as we move into the midweek next week, the rain returns. Uppies, good morning. You got sunny skies this afternoon, and that cloud cover this morning probably going to clear relatively soon. Temperatures starting at a low of 6, rising to a high of 26 degrees today. And then your weekend looking good, plenty of sunshine. Your temperatures peaking at 28 degrees on both days. So enjoy it. And of course, we absolutely love seeing what those temperatures kind of look like out your window right now. So let's do a bit of a recap and see what unfolded between 6 and 7. We started off down in Durbs, having a beautiful day. And that's where Sushila Singh captured a serene coastal morning. People just waking up and embracing the day. Love that. The first light, we'll call it. Then in Morningside, my old stomping ground in Johannesburg, Jane Vanessa captured a fiery sunrise. Look at that. Vibrant reds, oranges lighting up the clouds above the dark suburban tree line. Good morning to you. And then finally, Peter Marisburg, you always got to put your hand up. Mervyn Fenner, thanks for your contribution. Captured a breathtaking time lapse at dawn. Thank you for putting in the effort. Look at those purples shifting into pinks there. Beautiful golden glow, wispy clouds. Almost looks ethereal. Absolutely beautiful. But thank you for being a part of our morning journey. Thank you so much. We love to see life from your lens to our screen. So please share your sunrise view with us. 063-036-9649. And yes, more time-lapse journeys are welcome as well. Well, our passion and purpose journey continues this morning. Ladies, what's on the cards?
Hello. We're delving it out this morning. I mean, look how fantastic Zoe looks because she came with some agenda, and that agenda is called...
Billie
Eilish.
Can you see the vision? You
I
see the vision
see
in the outfit.
especially the jorts. She's a bad guy.
Thank you.
And she's
I love a little jorts
unapologetic
moment.
about it.
I decided not jeans, more like fancy jorts.
I like it.
Thank you.
With the glasses, it was definitely be Billie approved. We're talking about Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, of course, with James Cameron, in case you missed it.
Yes.
Avatar, Titanic.
The Terminator.
This man is the director of all directors, and to get him and Billie Eilish together...
In 3D.
In 3D. So as opposed to what, 2D?
Yes, but like James, nah, never. Big Jim, they call him.
Big Jim.
Let's see what Big Jim's up to after these.
Oh, well, I'm very excited about that. And then we also delve back into Woolworths because we're going Dolce & Gabbana. We're living that beautiful Italian lifestyle straight after this.
Oh la la.
Think it's just another day? Well, not anymore, because I could be pulling up to your door next. Spin and win up to 20,000 Rand. Plus an extra 2,000 Rand if you have a World Sports Betting account, and another 2,000 Rand if you can hit a small dance challenge with me. To enter, all you have to do is head over to the competition post of Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages, and all you have to do is follow the prompts. And not signed up yet? Well, head to wsb.co.za, use the promo code TheBeat50 to get a free 50 Rand sports bet. World Sports Betting, bet to the beat. I'll see you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Buongiorno, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I recently had the absolute honor of stepping into the world of Dolce & Gabbana beauty, where luxury, artistry and timeless glamour came together in the most captivating way. Now, from flawless finishes to bold elegance, I got to witness makeup artist Norina Bocli transform every detail into pure perfection using that iconic Italian brand we all know and love. So let's get right into it. Today, I'm out at Woolworths and we're about to step into the world of opulence alongside Dolce & Gabbana. I'm so excited to be joined by makeup artist Narina Balaki as we unveil the art of a flawless full face using some of the brand's most iconic products. Now, I'm ready to pick up some tips and tricks, so let's indulge into the world of glamour. Narina, Dolce & Gabbana is such an iconic brand. I want to know from your perspective, what makes it so unique?
I would say the uniqueness lies in the true tradition that lies behind each and every one of these products. This is ingrained in Italian heritage, and you have that beautiful Mediterranean style that comes through. So it's not just a product, it's a part of heritage, and everything made and crafted in Italy.
And the heritage is so apparent in the packaging, so I'm excited to get straight into it. When it comes to a flawless face, where does one begin?
By prepping the skin with skincare, and that will set the tone and base for your canvas. The way that you would get this is by starting with hydration. So your first dose of hydration is with our hyaluronic acid booster. That just absorbs straight into the skin, and that preps for serum. So that will be our next step. Just smoothing that in, it easily absorbs into the skin. And then finishing off with our beautiful Glow Bounce moisturizer, where you saw the beautiful luminosity come through in her skin.
So let's start with the primer, Narina. What are the benefits and which one are you going for?
So we're going in with our Bergamo Glow Primer. So this is an added boost of hydration to the skin, and the more hydrated your skin is, the more long-lasting your foundation is. It extends the wear for an additional 8 hours.
So foundation is very personal. It differs from person to person. So what tips do you have when approaching and applying foundation?
To ensure that you get the correct match, so always come to the store, see a consultant, and get matched up. And then application, I love to blend from center outward to the face so that you have the right coverage where needed, and almost a blend so it can melt into the rest of the skin.
Now, you know we all want to look like we're on a beach in Italy somewhere. Bronzer is so important. Placement and choice of bronzer, where do you even begin?
I love the sun-kissed look. I always work in a C shape from around the eye area to the high points of the cheek, and then just kind of bringing a little bit of glaze. We want that Mediterranean feel.
Concealer, we've got to brighten up the under eyes, right? When it comes to placement, where is the most effective place to go?
The most effective placement is to add the concealer into the areas where it is most dark. So you'll see I'll place it right there under the eyes. And then I'm going to blend it up underneath the waterline and blend it down to the face, almost in like a triangle shape. So that will also give you the beautiful coverage and highlight the entire eye area. For the added highlights, I'll add a dot closer to the waterline, but not directly. And this will just give a little bit more of a illuminated effect. We are setting the face with a Dolce & Gabbana Skin Fig Perfector. This is a compact translucent powder which will help control the shine. The fig actually helps with the sebum production, so it will also help balance out your oil throughout the day.
We want our highlighter to be seen from the heavens, and I know you're picking a luminizer, so where should we be applying it?
So our luminizer, you would place in the high points of the face, wherever you would like to reflect. And then for an added benefit, we have Italian grapes, which helps boost the collagen production in your skin as you wear it. So the perfect finish would be going in with our Everkiss liquid lip. This one is going to last for 8 hours. It's non-transferable and be comfortable and matte throughout the day. It is such a beautiful, versatile red that suits all skin tones. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit more definition to this gorgeous lip with a lip liner, just refining the lip edge. To finish off our look today, I'm going in with our latest fragrance. It's called My Devotion. And seeing that our products don't have a scent, you can always change up your mood with any of our Dolce & Gabbana fragrances.
That smells amazing. Now, if somebody is new to the beauty world of Dolce & Gabbana, I know it's difficult, but which product would you recommend that they start with?
Definitely the Everlast foundation. This one is my go-to. I have never failed by this product. It's super comfortable, super breathable, and I look like how I left the home to how I ended the day with a flawless complexion.
At Woolworths Beauty, you can experience Italian luxury with Dolce & Gabbana, where timeless elegance meets bold glamour. Now, you can shop this beautiful red lip yes, is non-transferable at Woolworths, in-store, online, and on the Woolworths app. Ciao. I really was just a kid in a candy store walking around the beauty aisle and department out at Woolworths. Dolce & Gabbana just stands out, doesn't it? And it takes you on a journey of luxury and also authenticity. So you can experience makeup formulations that just radiate beauty. Shop Dolce & Gabbana at selected Woolworths beauty stores, online, or even on the app.
Let's see if we can keep that kind of energy running in your world right now. Mzansi, great things can happen when you play your Powerball Plus at the moment. Today, there was a mind-blowing 90 million rand estimated in that jackpot for this Friday. So please, don't waste any time. Get your tickets in-store. Get them right now online. nationallottery.co.za is where you'll find them. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking app. There are so many ways, and we will keep reminding you on the Expresso social media pages, so you've got no excuses. Go and check them out. And then Panda Pusha, play your Powerball Plus for the estimated 90 million rand in the jackpot today, and you could win big. All the best of luck. Well, Hit Me Hard and Soft has got Billie Eilish and James Cameron, the director, winning big at the moment. It's an opportunity, a cinematic collaboration bar none, that takes us inside one of her magical moments, one of the greatest filmmakers in history, tackling one of the shining stars who is creating new paths in the pop culture for herself and for her fans. We cannot wait for that collaborative effort. And then, of course, the Fantastics are back in studio. We're going to get into their musical journey and get some amazing performances in just a moment. The gents look proper, yes, we know, but they sound amazing this morning. We'll plug you into their energy after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've been having the time of our lives, sound checks going. Zoe's looking like Billie Eilish. Come on.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating something just as rare as the theme of today, that is all around endangered species. Of course, we're having a conversation all around Billie Eilish and her latest offering in pop culture. Now, she's just one of those artists that's instantly recognizable, but still unlike anyone that we've known.
She is a generational talent.
I like that.
I think she has carved a path for artists to follow. But of course, whenever she does something, it's got to be edgy, it's got to be cool and never done before. And her new concert film, Hit Me Hard and Soft, The Tour, turns a live show into something cinematic and almost otherworldly, we have been told.
Zoe Human is here, our entertainment reporter.
Hello.
Looking like Billie Eilish.
Feeling a little
Thank
otherworldly
you.
today.
I thought about
you got
wearing a
vibe.
hat, but you know, I have a little bit of a big head, so.
I like that. Okay, so before we get to see Zoe's full outfit, let's get into, of course, the trailer of her film.
Please.
The fact that they've been sleeping there is so crazy. Should I post it and see?
Oh my god.
She's looking.
Oh my god, she's looking.
Yeah. Oh no, here comes so many of them.
What do you want from me?
That's James Cameron.
No one shot a concert film on this scale before.
Aren't you scared of me? Where do we go?
We're using tech that's never been used before.
Can't wait.
So you're right.
It's gonna be loud. Duh.
You told me you carried a lot of pain with you throughout the tour.
Yes.
See the scrapes on my hands? That is from the fans.
Here I go.
And what are you thinking right now? What are you feeling?
I'm trying my best.
That note from Phineas made me cry. It's gonna be my first show ever without him.
When am I the greatest?
It's been the joy of my life to travel the world with you. No one does it like you do. Love, Pinch. I will always stand up for you and I will always fight for you. It wipes one out.
When am I the greatest?
Tour is so brutal. I like to have a puppy room to like go chill in.
I'm doing this on my next movie for sure.
Right?
That's like the most wholesome rock star engagement we've ever had.
She is.
She's on another level. Okay, we should be making a film. James Cameron should be making a film of this young lady's
It's not the
vibe.
first film about Billie Eilish
Oh,
either.
100%.
Yeah, but to get James behind you, they co-directed this one, didn't they?
What was his motivation, do you think? Why
So-
did he take this on?
So, James Cameron hit up Billie Eilish's mom
No.
in the email DMs, and he said, so they're both very big conservationists, climate change as well, very big to their family, and they're connected through those sort of branches. He emailed the mom and was like, hey, so I'd love to do this concert for Billie. So it was fully him that said, I want to do this
That's a
for
flex.
you.
So I guess you
Biggest
don't
flex.
say no.
She thought about it as well, because I think for her, her integrity as an artist and putting out work that reflects her is so important that she felt like she needed to have a big impact. Yes, I mean that's her concert. It's her baby. You can't change it. And
Ain't no Jeff Bezos coming in here
Billy.
and buying your concert from
So
you. Yeah.
it was then James who suggested, why don't we co-direct this?
Right.
You have such a good eye. You have so much talent. 5 Oscars between the two of
Hello.
them. So let's do it together. And I mean, come on, what kind of flex is that?
That is insane. But I mean, it's an honor for Billy, but also an honor for James, because we mustn't forget Billy started as a teenager and she's been a sensation since
She is
day
a
one.
superstar
That
now.
voice has
is.
only gone
The voice,
up and up
the
and up.
lyrical content, the presence on stage.
I think it's
her
beautiful.
social media brand, everything about her.
It's really beautiful because James Cameron, Big Jim, he's 73 years old.
Sure.
Billy, 23. So there's just this huge age gap. And to find this connection that they both share through this project is so beautiful to see, because really Billie Eilish is for everyone.
Well, it also
100%.
Any
speaks to
age.
this beautiful new era. I mean, we get mentored by the youngins as much as the youngins get mentored by us in the industry as it is. And you know
Who's
what
us? Who's us?
exactly.
Grace?
I mean, on this side of the table. But you understand exactly what I'm talking about, because we live in a world now where you can have the youngest doctor, for instance, at Johns Hopkins, walking around with a tablet with a 100-year-old doctor informing that conversation. You can have the best of 2, 3 different generations connected. So I love that. Was this what Billy needed to find a new kind of gap or avenue where she is right now? How does this fit into her ecosystem, do you think?
I think it's really a connection between her fan base. I mean, internationally, because obviously
it's gonna increase
Billie
after
Eilish can't
this.
be everywhere. If she was
Yeah.
in South Africa, I'd be there.
Yeah.
But you know, this really gives access to those audiences that haven't seen her yet, that might not see her for the next couple of years, but also allows them to experience it and experience it in a whole different way. I mean, this movie is in 3D, guys.
Okay, wait, so let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
What is this? What has she put together with James?
So Hit Me Hard and Hit Me Soft, that is her tour. So it doesn't cover, bless you. So it doesn't cover the entirety of the tour. It's 4 days in Manchester that they've filmed this over. And it's incredible. James has about 17 different cameras around the stage. She's got a mic cam. There's even a camera on James Cameron. So it's really diving into him as well, a little
POV,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, you get to see what it takes to actually direct a project like this, you know?
Sure.
And the two of them together putting on the show, what all goes into it. And like you saw at the start of it, it starts there at the very beginning, you know, with the fans sleeping on
Which
the
is
floor.
such a real moment.
Do we still do that today? I know
think
back when
people
J
do,
Beebs
yeah.
came to Cape Town.
And it's a full circle moment because Billy actually used to be that person outside Justin
Fan
Bieber.
girl for J Beebs.
Staying overnight, waiting for Justin Bieber's concert to open, and now she's got that experience for herself.
Did you see she was the one less lonely girl? She was out there at Coachella.
And she is so grungy and alternative in the way that she set her brand up, but it's really cool to see how normal she is, that it's not put on. Because you see her backstage, you see her with the dog, you see her in like her natural setting, but it's that ramp up from being just a normal girl
She's so
to that
appreciative,
on-stage
but I do think a lot
persona.
of that comes with having her family so close to the project. I mean, you saw clips there of her brother Phineas, and they've been creating music together forever. We were
Very
talking in
cute.
the ad break, and we were saying how nice it is to see him also creating his own projects and creating his own
But
music.
they're there for each other, which is a cool thing. If you've got a sibling kind of relationship,
This
I mean,
is the nepotism we like to see.
exactly. But also, he creates a lot of the music
He
that
does,
she's getting her flowers for right now.
He said,
and
I can't do
takes-
that with my vocals.
You go ahead.
Please,
Exactly.
take it.
I love it. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay, so let's get into seeing James Cameron and Billie Eilish actually working together, because when two creative minds unite, it creates magic. So let's see what that's all about.
It took me 6 months to convince her that intimacy is so much more powerful in 3D.
Once we started talking about that, it was so clear that it was too important.
I said, Billy, you know every beat of this show. Why don't we co-direct it?
Which was pretty magical. We're gonna have to do a really quick transition.
I think that's a good frame.
Then that lights up blue. He really treated me like his equal. Just love the idea of people who didn't get to see the show getting to experience it like they were there.
It's like the best of being at the show, and we get to follow Billy behind the scenes.
Like when I go down into the stage, running through the crowd, then I go into the B stage that I shoot out of. The goal of shooting this movie is to really capture this incredible bond that I share with the fans.
It's not just rah-rah, I'm with my favorite pop star. It's an emotional connection, and it's real.
This tour has been so wonderful, and it's all because of you guys.
It's been this amazing collaboration. She's such a world-class performer.
I hope that the experience that I had creating that show, filming it, and then editing it with Jim comes through, and I hope you enjoy it.
Who's cutting onions?
It just gives
What's
me
going
goosebumps because
on?
I feel like we're going to look back in 60 years and saying, wow, what a pleasure, what a treasure.
Well,
it is
someone's
to
going
have
to be
been with
streaming
Billie
it
in
in
her
60
lifetime.
years and making millions off this. It has. It's replaced the concert DVD
I'm
that we used to
telling
get.
you.
I think a commercially absolute genius. Is it just for the avocados, as her fans are known?
No, it is not just for the avocados.
I never knew that.
Yeah, right?
Me neither. I had to research that one.
So I think we'd compare it to Beyonce's Homecoming video,
Yes.
Taylor Swift's Eras. But what is different about this is James Cameron, what he's brought to the party. He is using shooting techniques that have never been used before.
'Cause that's how he rolls,
He
yeah.
created new lenses, extreme lenses, so you can get those close-ups from way back out of stage. Things that have never been done before, you are going to see in this film. And I think that's why you have to see it in cinema, because when that
Full
confetti
value.
goes, you want to say,
You want to be protecting your face, going like, no, it's not going to hit me.
Exactly.
Oh, I love
love you for
that.
doing this deep dive for us, and we like the mode, girl. Maybe you want to have a Billy Friday every Friday. We
Yes,
like that
please.
for
I'm
ourselves.
here for it completely. And everybody that, of course, went out there and watched this movie also dressed up as Billy did in South Africa and beyond. So whether you're just an avocado or curious, Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour is a concert film that really deserves the big screen experience.
Yeah, plug yourself in. If you can, go and catch it in cinemas while it is still there before it hits the streaming platforms.
What if your dessert came with a little extra and 2,000 Rand in your pocket? Stand a chance to win one of 3 2,000 Rand cash prizes, plus a smooth, creamy Country Fresh hamper. To enter, post a pickle video showing us how you add that extra to your favorite dessert using Country Fresh mango and vanilla alongside your pack. Tag @countryfresh_SA and @Expresso Show and use hashtag #CountryFreshDesserts. Competition closes midday 20 May. T's and C's apply.
And welcome back. It is so good to have you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. Now joining us is one of Cape Town's best pop bands. They are called The Fantastics, a group using music not only to entertain, but to inspire positive change through their powerful message, join bands, not gangs. Now since forming in 2018, the band has built a strong reputation through absolutely standout performances, major collaborations, and a growing catalogue of original music, including their exciting debut single. It is called One More Chance with Dr. Victor. So let's take a listen to this before we get to know him.
Oh, oh, we were lining, we were loud, shining like a heartbeat in the crowd. Yeah. Then we broke, but it's not too late. I feel the rhythm pulling us back in place. Yeah. Cause every time the beat drops, I see your face. And every little
Oh my goodness. And we are anticipating it to hit every #1 across the city and beyond. We welcome on our couch right now Jordan Lee Watt, who is the bassist and band manager. Let's give him a feel good welcome, everybody. Welcome and thank you for joining.
Good day, good day.
Now, next time you must encourage the boys to join you on the couch, okay?
Oh, the nerves.
The nerves got them. Well, the nerves better be gone by the time that they enter into the Expresso stage. They're sounding so amazing. My goodness. And of course, we've been hearing your debut single, which marks an important milestone for you guys. So what inspired the song? Take me behind the scenes in terms of the creation of it.
So the song is One More Chance featuring Dr. Victor. It's I would say a second chance wherever you find yourself. It's a young romance, I'd say. So a young romance doing some reconciliation, some second chances. So that it's more about that scene, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The only thing I think about is Biggie, give me one more chance. I love it. And we can't wait to give you the chance to step onto our stage. But you mentioned Dr. Victor so casually, as if this is not one of the legends that we all grew up listening and loving. That collaboration, I mean, how did it come about? And why was it him that had to be part of the song?
So that's my musical dad, my icon, my inspiration.
Right.
So I think it was in 2022 when we went to Joburg, myself and my late uncle Jerry Watt from the Rockets, and we had a interview there, and we happened to meet up with Dr. Victor planning this One Vision show in Grand West Arena. And yeah, I was in connection with him from then, and then yeah, I've been in connection with him, and every time we speak, and he gives me some tips from the music industry and so on, and so I'm happy to have him as a close mentor, I would say. And so, yeah, I called him within last year before festive season, and I asked him, Doc, I think that it's time now for the band to release something after 8 years. And he says...
Something original too.
Yeah, original. I come with something to him, but he tells me, I have something for you. It's a hit.
Oh my gosh.
And so he takes something out of his collection, and he says, just listen to it. And he sends me the demo, and I'm already blown away. And I send it to the guys, and the guys just... It's shocking.
Yeah.
And we happened to fly down to Joburg in Jan, and we go record it at the studios, and the rest is history. We're here today.
Oh my gosh, we've been vibing so much in between ad breaks because you can't help it. I mean, the beat comes, the drums come, and you just want to move. So we can't wait for you to enjoy this. But I love the fact that you guys are so super talented when it comes to music, but you're doing music with purpose as well. I mentioned it a bit in the intro, the motto that you have, join bands, not gangs. Can you tell me a bit more about this? What was the inspiration and motivation behind having this as a tagline?
So because of us coming out of gang-riddled areas, and when we started, we happened to just claim this. I think it's a well-known project or something, join bands and not gangs, organization and so on. And so we happened to claim it because it's very fitting from where we're coming from.
Where do you guys all come from?
So originally, the former band members, we all originated from Bonteheuwel, but the guys is coming from Delft and Mitchell's Plain and Kuils River and Valhalla Park, Bonteheuwel and all of these areas. And so we find young people when we started our age running around with guns and roaming the streets asking for 2 rands and these things. And so we happen to claim the slogan, join bands, not gangs, and that's why it's really important for us. It shows the young people, the youth, that there's something to do better instead of negative things. So, yeah.
I mean, what does music mean to you? How has it changed and impacted your life?
Wow, music is really something that I can't describe it. When I get on my instrument or whatever, any day, whatever I feel, I can just get on my instrument and I'm happy again. So music is indescribable.
It's like an escape, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's so beautiful. The band did form in 2018 and now we're here in 2026. Your debut is coming out and going to be played. Is it an exclusive on Expresso? Have you ever performed this live for any other show?
Not really, but this is, official.
It's official. We're making it official today. Can we expect more music going into the rest of the year?
Indeed. We're only getting started. So collaborations, I would say something more with the music industry, some artists and so on. Yeah, we're only getting started.
Which artist would you ideally love to partner with?
There isn't any, but it just comes. It just comes. Yeah, there isn't any on the bucket list at the moment. But I mean, Dr. Victor's ticked already, so
easy.
I'm happy.
He's all of our musical dads. We absolutely love him, and we love you guys, and we can't wait for you to take to the stage. So thank you for joining us this morning. And yes, you can prepare yourselves for some grooving and moving. It is a Friday, and we want to get into the weekend in the best way that we know how. Expresso fam, don't go anywhere.
The best way we know how to welcome the winter or the weekend is through the oven and through amazing Jay Miller's cinnamon rolls, which are now in front of me, and it's going to be so tempting not to just dig into them. While Jay's busy explaining how he put it together, the lines are open for you to send through your WhatsApp voice notes asking Jay any baking questions you have, and that magic number that you need is... Jay, what's that number? They took the number off screen.
Oh, they took it off the wall.
Okay, Carissa's doing sign language. 063 036 964 9.
The number's on the screen.
Now they bring it on screen.
There we go.
Too late. Jay, I'm not too late for these cinnamon rolls,
You
though.
are right on time, Clem, because there's a lot that's happened while we were away.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the dough that we made earlier. How beautiful. You can see
stunning.
the color. And look at how soft this is.
That's what you want.
This is what you want. And you want to sort of have that window pane moment. Look at that. So that's when you know your dough is ready.
Window pane moment, so when you can stretch the dough without it breaking and you can see through it. The light passes through.
Exactly.
Love that.
So what I'm going to do, also a good trick with your dough. So this has proved for about an hour or so. Until it's doubled in size, I've knocked out the air. And then it's going to do a bulk ferment, which means it's going to rest in the fridge for overnight. And then you're really developing that, I
was going to say, overnight, you're going to get like some biscuity, yeasty flavors coming through.
Flavor, which is what I love about a cinnamon roll. So once that's in the fridge overnight, we've taken it out. Also, because it's so rich and you can see the butter in my hands, it's a very soft dough.
Yes.
So putting it in the fridge will just tighten up a little bit so that you are able to roll it out with ease.
Got you.
Okay, so I've got a little filling over here. The recipe is on the website, but essentially this is a burnt butter. With brown sugar. We've got some spices in there, cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of cream. So a bit fluffier than that people would be used to when it comes to a cinnamon roll. And that's the thing. It's luscious. It's decadent. I'm not going to spread too much on it because you don't want it to ooze out. You sort of want it to sit in those pockets and that roll.
You want structure. You want order.
Structure. Exactly. And you've worked very hard on this dough, so you want to, just not do anything that's going to deflate it or cause it to be soggy or too crispy as well, because obviously the high sugar content in the filling tends to make it, quite crispy if you go too far with it.
Gotcha.
Right? Okay, so rolling. Do you roll away or do you roll towards?
Show me.
So what
I roll away.
I roll away because I'll tell you why. I'm just going to start my roll. Then what you want to do is you want to have a C shape, and then you're sort of using your thumbs.
I like that.
To roll it up. Okay, into a nice long log. What I would do at this point, if I had the time, is I would actually put this on a tray and I would freeze it.
Okay.
The reason being is because you want those consistent rolls.
The clean cut.
The clean cut. So because this dough hasn't been frozen, you'll see that when I go to cut, it squashes.
See.
So what you could do, if you don't have time to freeze, unflavored dental floss, tie it around and pull quickly. I wish I said this before,
And I never have the dental floss.
Why people don't have dental floss on the floor? I don't know. I don't know. Cameraman Rudy? No, he says he doesn't have dental floss. But I get the idea.
So
That's
just
amazing.
to get a
It's such a
clean
good
cut,
it's Such a
right?
good.
So trimming off the ends, I sometimes don't even bother trimming off the ends because they're delicious anyway. Okay, so we've sort of got even sizes there. I'm gonna go down the middle there, oops, and down the middle there. So that's a way to ensure that you have consistent size.
Beautiful. And look at that spiral.
But what
on
I
the
want to
filling.
show, so...
I'm gonna be delicate, Jay.
Yeah, you've got this dough is super soft, so resting it
I
is
know you said
so
it wasn't
important.
frozen, but I mean, look at the beautiful
Yeah.
cross section.
So, but you can see in comparison, this one's a little bit mushed. So freezing it will allow you to get an even, consistent roll.
Got you.
Okay.
Okay.
So freeze where you can. I also want to show a quick other trick. What I sometimes do
There we go.
is just to be a bit different is I cut each one of these into 3. Then what I do is I braid it, right? Now you
Jay,
can-
that's so adorable.
and then
What the
you
heck?
can twist it up and put it in a muffin tray.
Do that again in slow motion because what?
Okay, cool. So can you put those in the pan then? I'm gonna
Sure,
show
I'll
this
do
one.
that.
So you just, in fact, a little bit of flour on your hands just to avoid the dough from sticking. So you can flatten it out, right? And then you slice it into 3, and then you braid it. And you sort of tuck it into a nice little bowl.
Get out of here. That is the most beautiful
That's
thing
sort of like
ever.
a little knot type style. So you could put these in your muffin tray and bake them as individual portions, which is stunning.
That is stunning because you're going to get the beautiful layers of the filling in between.
Exactly.
Ah, that is so
Exactly.
good,
So
Jay.
we're missing a few in here, but essentially what you want to do is keep a bit of space in between. This is then also going to be rested, giving it enough time to double in size so that all those little spaces between get filled up, and then you're ready to bake. And ting,
it does
ting,
fill up.
ting, I think
It does
thousands
fill up,
calling.
right? You can actually see how much it actually expands in
Yeah.
that cake tin.
And that's all to do with resting. You've got to allow your dough enough time to rest so the gluten relaxes and that it gets enough time, and also fermenting overnight allows it enough time to sort of develop that slow, gentle rise until you get that enough volume. Okay, so this is
Gotcha.
looking beautiful. I usually glaze mine with some cream because why not?
While you do that, we've only got 5 seconds left, which is enough time for me to take a bite. Jay, you do your thing. South Africa, it's been amazing. It's been a great week. If you want to get Jay's recipe, check it out on the website. Have a fantastic weekend. Try the recipe. There's a QR code on screen right now. Jay, you've been amazing. You've been fantastic. Peace out. Have a good weekend.
No, we do sports and games. How long can you keep this up? This is why you can't wear green in front of the screen. What do you mean you've burnt your finger? It's like the players are really here. Not here, she's just practicing. Of course we value you. Guys like you are hard to find. He's got game.
Play with SA's leading online casino. World Sports Betting. We bring the passion, you bring the play.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Still not a bite of cinnamon bun to be had anywhere. It was a rumor that we made a gorgeous cinnamon bun on the show. No, go and check things out on the social media streets. This is one recipe you want to try. But we've got another recipe for success heading into the weekend.
I'm so excited to get into this. The Fantastics have been doing sound checks and waiting and standing by for you. And this is an exclusive of their debut. Let's get into One More Chance.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Fantastics. We will be performing our brand new debut single titled One More Chance, featuring Dr. Victor. So the inspo behind the song was basically just trying to give your partner one more chance. So it's just basically a part of reconsideration. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one.
We were lively, we were loud, shining like a heartbeat in the crowd, baby. Then we broke, but it's not too late. I feel the wind pulling us back in place, yeah. 'Cause every time the beat drops, I see your face, and every little heartbeat calls your name. Give me one more chance, one more, say one more, one more. Let's light it up and let the dance floor. One more chance, turn it up if you say you're right. Let's spin this type of ground again. One more chance, one more, one more. Oh, one more chance, one more, one more. Oh, one more chance. So, we were fire on a Friday night. Now I'm craving that electric vibe. So don't hesitate. You and I were made to elevate. 'Cause every time the beat drops, I see your face, and every little heartbeat calls your name. Give me one more chance, one more, one more, one more. Let's let it up and let the dance floor. One more chance, turn it up, baby, say you're right. Let's spin this ever gonna again. One more chance, one more, one more. Oh, one more chance, one more, one more. Oh, one more chance. Say, give it up, say, hit you on, let's you play. DJ, bring our song our way. Feel the pool, feel the spark. We can start again. Say, one more chance, one more dance. Hands up, fall back into the romance. One more chance, one more dance. Let the beat give us one more chance. Give me one more. Let's light it up and let the dance floor. One more chance. Turn it up, baby, say you're right. Let's spin this up around again. One more chance, one more, one more. Oh, eh, 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 eh. Just one more chance.
Wow! Oh, the Fantastics take a bow. Oh, we love the Dr. Victor plug-in. You've done it justice, boys. Well done. They're already proud generation of artists looking at the magic that you are making. Well done. Take a bow, boys.
Come on.
We love the Fantastics.
That was beautiful.
It was amazing, man.
I feel like
Friday
I'm
vibes.
sweating. I sweated out my
For
hair.
all the right reasons,
All the
man.
right reasons. We're getting into the weekend on the best note with the best foot. And we'll see you Monday, 6 to 9 o'clock.
We love you. Adios. Mwah. Woohoo! Well done.
Another feel-good production.